righty, my lovelies, welcome back in for another broadcast, and happy heckin' Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a good day. I lied. I'm scared of today. Silver Dragon, hello. My summer car. I'm tearing down the engine today. How you doing, Silver Dragon? It's good to see you tonight. Are you having a good night? I hope you are. It is a very rare occasion that I don't see you in the beginning of the stream so that you can interrupt me in my intro. I hope you're doing wonderful, friend. By the way, belated, but I still will say, I hope you and your better half had a wonderful, if memory serves, 20-year anniversary, I think. Silver Dragon, thank you for the 105. It's good to see you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get loaded up because I have a lot of work to do tonight. I have a video on my other monitor that is going to help me through the engine rebuild process. The video was made by Vitanomous, I believe is how you say the name. It is 390 views, 10 likes. It is from the corner of YouTube that deals with my summer car. So big thank you to this individual for making a video on how to tear the engine apart for idiots like me who have no idea how the hell to do this. You are going to hold my hand in spirit throughout this project. Oh my God! Hi, Liz. Hello. Thank you for the hi. Hello. Hi. Hello.
I stubbed my toe on the way in. No knocking tonight. Hi, HaLLoW.
Hi, Liz. How you doing? Thank you for the 601. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bay, you shut your mouth when you're talking about it. Thank you for the 305. I appreciate it. Yes, it was wonderful. Good, Silver Dragon. Good. I am glad. I am glad, my friend. All right. So like I said, by the way, Cat Mother, I saw your message. I'm glad to hear that you're doing good for the most part. And I hope they can get your internet figured out, whether that's bringing, a new provider into your area. There's so many areas that have monopolies and whatnot. I hope you're not in one of those and you have a little bit of a choice, but I hope they're able to figure it out. But yeah, like I was saying, it's all about the engine tonight. I'm going to be using the video, and if we're lucky, in a day or two in-game, I will break away from the Satsuma, and we will go to TMO, and we will clear out everything from his shop. Because if you missed the last stream, long story short, and also, I don't blame you if you skip the highlight over on the VODs channel, which I will someday upload. I don't know when. Probably while I'm gone with Nala. I think I'm going to take a lot of time. Spence, hello.
His belly button.
No, I don't.
On stream.
No, okay, listen, I'll accept the belly button one, but not the other one. All right? That's just a blatant lie. That's just a blatant lie. All right, so like I said, today is all about the Satsuma. Today is all about the engine and getting it back in working order. There are several parts on the Satsuma that are completely DOA, under 30% durability. I've written all of them down, and unfortunately, it's just throughout the whole engine. There's no easy way to do this. So, first things first, I'm going to take care of my meters. I'm also going to check what time it is because I'm just starting to notice that it is, I have a full fatigue bar. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I believe that I might have been awake all night on the last one. I think maybe I was. I don't actually recall. So I think we're going to have to turn to the coffee pot today, which actually I'm going to have to fill up apparently. So let me... Is there? It looks like there's coffee in there. Okay. All right. I'm glad I tried again because I was going to say... okay, so I think it's early in the morning. It looks like it's early in the morning. I'll go out and I'll check one more time just to make sure. Yes, it is early in the morning. Okay, so I need to get rid of my fatigue meter. Obviously, there's still a bunch of shit just strewn around in my kitchen. I have not played since the last time that we got together. And to finish my thought that I oh so rudely interrupted myself on, I had technical difficulties, and in order to diagnose what was going on, I had to start a new save file, and that new... Thank you. I didn't know I said anything impressive. I will take it, though. Killfire, thank you for the 102. I appreciate that.
Channel.
Hello.
Based on HaLLoW's gray hair, I'm going to guess it's the year 2035.
Shut up. Thank you, Killfire. Appreciate the 102. Thank you, thank you. So, like I said... we're going to be working on a lot of... Bay, thank you for the 202. I didn't even hear that. I think it was buried underneath the laugh track. Thank you, Bay. I appreciate that. I got to get back into Minecraft. I missed that game. So, I started a new save file to figure out, like, what was going on, whether or not the issue was with my game or whether it was with the save file. And when I started that new game, even though I backed up this save file, it uses a different file somewhere to take care of your shopping things, like your items. So everything got reset. There's nothing in my pantry anymore. And I went to TMO's and I totally cleared them out. So we have things to help us not die while we're rebuilding the engine. But after that, I don't have a lot. I don't have the supplies that I used to have. So yeah, hey, thank you for the 111. I appreciate it. I looked over and I saw the bits and I didn't even hear him at all. Not at all. Bay, thank you for the 111. I appreciate it. Thank you, friend.
I want a refund, lol.
Okay, listen. The refund will come in the form of a laugh track. I have issued it, and it's already there in your bank account. There it is. Congratulations. What you drinking, Barack Obama Lama Ding Dong? I am drinking Dead Billionaire tonight. Congratulations, friends. Anybody who bet on Dead Billionaire, enjoy your channel points. All right. Oh, my God. Okay, all right. That's not something that I wanted to do. There we go. I wanted to open up the, there we go, the boot. Okay, there's nothing in there. So we are going to begin with the engine teardown, and I am very much looking forward to it. It's going to be a wonderful time. So the guide that I am looking at up here, it's a little bit different. It's not exactly the way that things got brought in to the engine. Also, I want to get something I can set these things on. There's a box that's over here. I don't know if I want to use that though. Is there any sort of like prop in this game that I can set things on? Oh, I could do this. Here, let's get the freezer, and then maybe if it's not tall enough, I could put the box on there. That might work. Here we go. Okay. There's this, and that'll help out with that. There we
I'm
go.
working nights, so I'm not around as much as I'd like to be.
Cam
but always
Vimes.
happy when I am.
Aw, Cam Vimes, thank you for the 32 months. I'm sorry to hear that you're not able to be here as often. I have noticed that I've been missing a few people lately. I'm assuming it's like summer schedule. Things are swapping around. I know you're like on the other side of the planet though, Captain Vimes, so I'm sure that it's not technically like summer stuff for you. But regardless, I hope you're not working too hard, man. And I'm happy to see you here tonight. Hope you're doing good. Thank you for the 32 months. And if I could get a couple blankies, that'd be wonderful. Cynical, enjoy your lurk, my friend. Okay, so I need to begin, I think, by taking the hood off of the car. And I don't actually know. I don't actually know. Oh, did I get rid of that mod? I think I did. Yeah. If I didn't get rid of the mod, then I have to go buy it from TMO again, and I'm not going to do that. So let me pull up the wiki really quick, and let me find out what size bolts are on the hood, so that way I can take it off and just make my life a hell of a lot easier. So rid of what mod? Coloni, it's the owner's manual for the Satsuma. It's the, I mean, it's not the best in the world, but it gives you all of the bolt sizes and stuff like that. So, I was just going to look in there and try to find it really fast. Okay, let me see here. There's the engine. I don't need this information. Where's the hood at? Hood is 4 number 6s. I can do that. Easy peasy. 9... 6. Okay, I'm gonna try my best, chat. I'm gonna do my damnedest to do a good job and not fuck anything up. But if you guys, here's the deal. I'm just gonna banana bread right now and say if you guys see me do anything dumb, that's not okay. Listen, I know I do a lot of dumb things. I'm saying you see me do something dumb specifically with the Satsuma, specifically. Please let me know, because I don't want to. If possible, I would like this to be done today. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my hardest. And I think I might be only able to do that with your guys' help. So, we will see. All right, here they are. I'm gonna make sure that we're going out. There we go. And one by one, we begin. Tech, hello. If it was a Toyota, all you would really need is a 10 mil socket. Wait, hang on. Tech, are you being serious? Like, are a majority of the bolts in a Toyota all 10 mil? Hello, Tech. It's good to see you. Welcome in. Great Arc, hello. HaLLoW gonna mess up the car? Well, if I do, I'm blaming it on you now. Everything was going great until you said that. What's up, Great Art? How you doing? Welcome in. It's good to see you tonight. All right. So the video, like I was saying a minute ago, is not like, it's not exactly how you put the engine in. I'm not going to use the hoist. You take half of it apart and then you can lift it with your hands. It makes it a lot easier. So that's probably going to be the way that I do it. And then when I build it again, I will be building it the way that I built it the first time. So getting out is going to be a lot different than, getting the engine back in. So 10s, 11s, and 12s. Damn, that's really efficient. Super convenient. I was going to say, why don't more car manufacturers do that and make it easy? It's probably so that, they can have like licensed mechanics and stuff like that. So, okay, let me see here. So first things first, I'm just going to be narrating the video because I don't have another scene set up. I don't have it running on my gaming PC. It's on my streaming PC, and I don't have a... Oh, the battery's gone. Okay, all right. That's step one. Obviously making sure that the battery is gone. Let me fast forward a little bit and see what comes next. Next one is 6 7mm bolts. So we're going to get the 7, and they are going to be here. There's 6 of them. So I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 and 6. Okay, got them. We're going to do them one by one. There we go. 10mm bolt, my beloved. I find it funny that they pick the one that every single mechanic jokes about losing. And as a matter of fact, I want to know now. I'm like, if I'm going to be diving into an engine tonight, I'm going to try to gain some knowledge. Why is it that the 10mm bolt is always the one that goes missing? Kubota is a bunch of 10, 12, 14, and 17s. Because engineers think they're God's greatest gift to man. Fella, I sense some jealousy. It's okay. You can go be an engineer if you want. Don't forget your engine air filter. I changed mine IRL over the weekend. You want to know what's funny, Cheesy? My engine air filter on my Magnum, I don't really drive it anymore. But back in the day when I did, I used to always get the oil changed, like right on, when I needed to. And I remember every time going into whatever shop I went to get it done, they asked me if I wanted to get my air filter replaced, and I said yes. And they always said, we can't do it. It's buried too far in the engine. I was like, that's kind of dumb. And then I went to go to some place or other, dealership, and they were like, yeah, we can replace it for you. I was like, all right, sweet. And they opened it up, and there wasn't a filter in there. And they were like, yeah, you don't need it on this car. It's fine. It's like, what the fuck do you mean I don't need it? So I'm glad I didn't have to pay that money at all. I ordered about 10 sockets every year. I think the sockets have legs. 10 goes missing because it's a commonly used and misplaced socket. Gotcha. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was not a commonly used one. All right. There is the rocker cover. And I think I'm going to bring the spare parts in here and lay them out like this. Okay. After the rocker cover is done, let's see what comes next on the video. More 7s. There's 10 of them, and they are on the cylinder head thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, here we go. One by one. I'm so glad that whoever this person is decided to make this video, because without it, I would be more than lost. And now that I'm doing this, once I get on the other side of it, I should be at least a little bit more competent in taking the engine apart in the future. I also know that these rockers are something that I have to have tuned, but I'm probably just going to have Fleetari do it. I might do it myself. I don't know. I was thinking about just having Fleetari do it. Noah, hello. How you doing? Welcome in. Can confirm I'm an engineer. I'm both God's gift to man, and I'm also a god. Returns to chewing on electrical cords. I didn't know you were an engineer, Fiddler. I had no idea. I built some garden beds in my backyard with string and pencils. Not out of string and pencils. I made them out of cinder blocks. But I did the whole, like, it was in a patch of my lawn and I just like redid the whole thing long time ago, and you know, tore up the grass, and you know, laid down the fabric and everything, and so I did the whole project. And I remember my neighbor came over one day after I had gotten the foundations laid for them, and he was he asked me who came over, or what tool I used to do it. Like, how did I get it done? He didn't believe it was just me, and I literally held up some whatever the stuff is called, like contractor's twine or whatever the string is, like the high vis string, and some fucking pencils that I just stabbed into the ground. And they were the square. They are the most evenly spaced. They look beautiful. And I remember him telling me, you should have gone to school and been an engineer. And I was like, I'm even better than that. I'm a musician. All right. I believe all of these are done. Let me continue watching the video and see what comes next. Looks like a straight up right click should do the trick. And that should be half of the engine right there. All right. This is going to go up on the table over here in the best possible spot that I can find. You get these guys tucked up over here as well, just out of the way so I don't have to worry about them. They're the upgraded parts, so we're not going to be dealing with them just yet, but we will in a little bit here. Also, I'm not 100% certain if this is the starter that's that's better. I can't remember. So, bro just drops it. Well, it's made out of metal. It's pretty durable. I'm not too worried about it. At the end of the day, all engineering is built off of very basic practices. Yeah, and Fiddler, I just took my time with it. I think I took like a couple hours to, you know, like measure everything out. I used a compass to make sure that I was on the same angular heading on the lawn. I just tried to be as precise as I could with very rudimentary tools, and they came out really good. So, Racer, hello. HaLLoW hasn't fixed the car yet. At this rate, he's never gonna finish the game. Hi, Racer. Welcome in. Good to see you. I hope you're doing wonderful. All right. Let's see here. So they pulled that aside, and then they get an 8, and they pull this apart over here. All right, let's do that then. There's the 8. And it looks like these are... How many of these are there? Let me see here. I think there's 4. No, there's 5 of them. Okay, so... I think it's... Yeah, it's these ones right here. All right, there's 1, 2, 3... 4 and 5. There we go. I texted D-Clay and he immediately put his Discord to do not disturb. All right, rocker shaft is taken apart. And again, I don't really remember exactly what parts are going to be replaced or anything like that. So yeah, we're gonna do it entirely. I'm not gonna try to be efficient with it. Okay, now I need to get the head gasket right here. Grab this guy, bring her over here, and then next up is the they're size 11 bolts, and they are the ones that actually hold the engine in. So hold on to your butts, chat, because now it's actually going to fall apart. There's one. There's another. And the last one is somewhere in the back. Right there. So we're going to do the back one first. And then we're going to come around to this guy. And then we're going to do this one. And now I'm going to get ready to catch the damn engine. All right, here we go. Okay. I didn't even click anything. I clicked nothing. I didn't click anything. I like the visual of phantom green bolts turning in the game. Me too, Cheesy. It's such a nice little touch to know that you're like, you know, you're on the right you're on the right path. Okay, so I'm going to keep watching. It actually looks like it did the same thing for him. Or her, them. Okay, now, where the hell is this? They say take the oil filter off, it looks like. Okay, so the oil filter is going to be my... Where the fuck is my oil filter? Where is my oil filter? Do I not have an oil filter? Hang on. No, I know for a fact that I put that shit in. Hold on. Hang on. Cylinder looking thing. But it's not. It's not here. It's supposed to look like oh, I know why. I know why. Because when I started my new save file, it deleted all items that I had purchased after the fact. And that meant that the oil filter that was on my engine vanished. And the other oil filter, which is the default one, this guy, it was back on my shelf. So yeah, it deleted. Okay, all right. I was so confused because I knew that I put that damn thing on. Okay, all right, there's those. Let's see here. So that is next to where the starter is at, and I believe that the starter goes here. So the oil filter, I think, goes right there. Let me double check this really fast. Get back to the video. Yes, I believe this is where the oil filter goes, right here. So I can now orient myself based on this. Looks like there's 7 mil bolts. Let me go get a 7. 7. And there are 8 of them. They are located all around. They're these guys right here. So 1, 2, let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm assuming I can probably find those other 2 pretty easily. So let's go 1, 2. How was everyone's day today, Napez? Mine was all right. Hung out with Nala for a good part of the morning. Family had to go out and run some errands, so I stayed behind. Yeah, it was all right. I'm getting a little bit anxious about Friday. I really do hope she does well. I can, like, she does not feel very well right now. I know her very, very well, and there is something that she's not feeling very hot right now. So, yeah, I don't know. HaLLoW, throwing engines around like toys. Well, it's because of my big, strong muscles. I'm big and strong. My muscles. Okay, I think that was all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, there's one way to find out, I think. I can't really separate anything. Hang on, let me watch this video again. Oh, wait. Hang on, there were 10 of them, right? Or were there 8? Let me double check this. And... no, there were 8 of them. I must just be missing something. Oh, God damn it! I'm not missing Baby Shark! Thank you, Bay. I appreciate it. All right, it actually looks like they don't do anything with this. Okay, there's 6. Where the hell is that on the engine? Is it on this side? Yeah, okay, so now there's 6 of these guys. Also 7s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Let me keep watching. And now the gearbox comes off. Or, excuse me, the inspection cover comes off. I need 7 number 6s now. Let's go grab 6. And they are going to be these guys. 1, 2. How many of them again? Hang on. 7 of them. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here, hang on. Turn it up this way. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's number 7? All right, well, let's just start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then where's number 7? I'm going to keep watching. It's somewhere in here. I'm just not seeing it. It's none of those guys. And let me try this again. Hang on. All right, rewinding. Okay, so all of those come out. And then the 6. Oh, it's this guy over here. It's like right at the beginning. I was missing that. All right, it's this guy right here. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now this guy comes off. Drive gear. Let me see what comes next. All right, he's loosening all of the screws. Takes the drive gear off. He needs 6 number 6s now. Okay, I can do that. I think I already have... Yeah, I already have the 6. Interesting that the inspection cover is on the top. Usually it's below the flex plate. I find it interesting that they call it the inspection cover when it would imply that it's removed so that your engine internal could be inspected. But it's like bolted on, you know? Like, I don't know why it would be called that. I hope everything goes well with Nala. I'll keep y'all in my prayers. I took my dog to the vet this morning for an update on his skin. Everything is fine. He's starting to grow his hair back. Not itching as much as he was. I'll have to keep him on the steroid and antibiotics, and we'll go back in 3 weeks. Good. I'm glad to hear, Napez. I'm probably going to be seeing a medication. If it's not cancer, which, again, the doctor on the surface looked at it, and it was only one spot. There's still some other things that need to get checked out on her. But if it comes back as not cancer, it's something else that can be treated with medication. She did mention steroids. She mentioned a lot of different medications, different routes that you can take with it. Nala can be a little bit... how can I put it? I've talked about her breed before, so you guys can imagine a wolf on steroids. She can be a little bit, you know... She's got a very... She has a... Hello, Riley. How you doing? She has a very strong, commanding personality. She's very gentle, but it's the same as me. Like, I'm a gentle, nice person, but I'm peaceful. I'm not harmless. And she's the same way. So I am very much going to have to keep her on a short lead, if that makes sense, over the course of that treatment. I'm going to have to keep her like right with me so that there's no aggression, there's no, you know, pushing around on Maya or anything like that. So, yeah. It's to inspect the clutch condition. Interesting. Just don't get on her nerves. Honestly, I anticipate she's going to butt heads with me if she goes on steroids. So I'm unironically going to have to start working out again. I'm going to have to start working out again. All right. Let's see here. Okay. So, 6 of them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh? Hang on. Let me watch this. Okay. There's the drive gear. He pops that off, grabs the new socket, And then it's 1. All right, we're going to do them in the order that he does them. It's this one, or they, I should say they. And then it's this one. And then it's... Wait, what? Huh? He turned the fucking wheel. He turned... I don't know how he turned it. How did he turn it? Huh? All right. 1... Here, hang on. 1, 2... 3. How many are there again? 6 of them. Oh, shit. Hey, hello. How you doing? Thank you. Wait, why am I saying hello? Why? I'm sorry. I'm out of it. I was reading Gremlin's message. I heard Bay's bits. Bay, thank you for the 312. Gremlin, hello. Welcome in. It's good to see you tonight. Hope you're doing wonderful. Okay, let's see here. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right, Coloni. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's keep trying here. Here we go. Nice. Wow. Man fails to turn a circle. No, I just thought it was bolted down. I just thought it was bolted down. All right. I think this is the last one. Yep. Okay. Got it. And then there's a couple parts in here that can be separated out. I think. There we go. I have to... Okay, I got it. You gotta be like holding it, and then you can right-click. Okay, so there's those 3. And let me just confirm that he does that as well, or they, with the 3 parts, that there's not anything I'm missing here. All right, they pop it out, and then they split it, and then they split it again, and that's it. Okay, 6, number 7. I believe I have a 6 right now. Racer, thank you for the posture check. Thank you, thank you. So basically, you have a drama queen on steroids. A beautiful drama queen, though, so it's okay. I have a small 10-pound drama queen when it comes to her flea topical, a.k.a. goopy stuff. Is a flea topical like a steroid kind of thing, Cat Mother? Or is it just like fussiness? You know, that kind of thing. Do we have any real mechanics in chat? I'm sure that there's more than a few, Mom. Not only do we have mechanics, but I'm sure that we also have some gearheads in chat, too. Just people who are, like, passionate about cars and know a lot about them, whether or not they're, you know, a mechanic by trade. But, yeah, I'm almost fairly certain about it. Give her some space. Us older, wiser ladies need that sometimes. I will. But, like... You know Nala. You know what I'm saying. I absolutely will give her all the space that she needs to heal. But she can be... You haven't seen it in a while, but she does have that side of her. So it's, yeah. HaLLoW keeps mentioning a mechanic. Killfire, why are you going to lurk? This month I ditched flea topical for combined heartworm flea tick pill. Is that better, Riffers? Okay, now I got these ones undone. At least I think I did. I did it through the hole right here, but they did it like from the top. So I guess it kind of works out. Let me just double check that I did this right. Why can't I pick the engine up anymore? Oh, there we go. I got to pick it up by the top. Okay, yeah, we did. Yeah, those are the right ones. Okay, now there's something over on this side that'll allow me access. There it is. Okay, got it. Okay, continuing with the video. I need a number 7 now, which I thought I had, but yeah, I do. They grabbed a 7. I'm assuming they probably just grabbed the wrong one. They're back on this side of the engine. Let me put it this way. There we go. That should do. Actually, no. I don't want shit to fall through the ground.
HaLLoW, don't. Never mind.
What?
Now it's broken black for Papega.
It was always broken. That's why I'm doing this. Hi, Fire Ferret. How you doing? Thank you for the 100 biddies. Good to see you tonight. Gemini. Yes, I'm working on the engine. Hello, hello. Papa Chuck, welcome into the broadcast tonight. Hope you're doing wonderful as always. I'm not a mechanic, but I know a few things. Just call me a jack of all, master of none. Coffee Rocket, I can relate to that. All right, my meters are getting a little bit out of whack here, so what the fuck is that? Where did that come from? All right, we'll deal with that later. We will handle that another time. Cop, hello. How are you? Just got off work. Doing all right, Cop. Doing all right. 100 biddies from Bay.
Here's how to fix it. What never mind can't help ya.
I did. Okay, that's. Well, you tell me something I don't know, Bay. Okay, I already know how not to fix it. My dog gets a pill every year for ticks. I get it from the vet's office, and it's very expensive. Tiny little pea-sized treat costs $60. But we have a lot of ticks in our area, and I take them to the lake all summer, so it's a necessary expense. Yeah, you know, we don't really go to, like, the woods or anything like that. Nala and Maya have always been a little bit more homebodied. Nala will play. She's always been like this. Nala will play for 5 minutes. She'll play fetch or something like that. And then she'll lay down and she'll just cool off and just take in the sights and the smells and like stick her nose up and she just likes to chill and hang out. Maya has endless energy. Unfortunately though, I never got her very well trained off lead, and I just don't trust her in the woods. And I won't, because she's older. She's 10 years old now. It's kind of ingrained in her. Does she trust me a lot? Yes. Do I trust her around a squirrel? No, not at all. I trust Nala around a squirrel. I don't trust Maya. I've never crossed that bridge, and I don't intend to. So, I luckily don't have to do that. But yeah, ticks are a problem in my area too, Gremlin. So it's good that you're ahead of the curve on it. Tonto loves going places. Relaxing on the beach is his favorite pastime. Hell yeah, Gremlin. I take Declay to the woods all the time. I have a feeling you're talking about in roleplay, right? All right, sausages have been consumed. Let's take a tinkle, and I'll go fix my dirtiness. Get some mosquito spray on me as well. Apparently there's no input shaft from the engine to the transmission. That seems legit. I mean, honestly, Chaos, I just yabba dabba do my feet through the floor, and I feel like I don't really need it. That shot itself out of the car. It needs the engine in the car to be attached. Gotcha. Okay. I'm definitely the equivalent to a master technician. I have an extensive knowledge of the automotive and heavy-duty diesels. Very nice, Killfire. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm looking at when I see an engine. Nothing whatsoever. It would be the equivalent of you looking at a violin or something like that. Like, it's just completely different worlds. I don't have the mind for it. That's why I'm watching a guide. It's her monthly flea preventative that I squeeze on the back of her neck. She acts like I just hosed her down when it's just a small spot. I've seen those before, and I've always wondered how they work. There's got to be some sort of like surface tension dynamic where it spreads across their skin or something like that. I really do wonder how they work, though. I get the Simparica Trio at Costco for a 22 to 44 pound dog. I think it's like 141 plus tax for 6 months. About $70 less than Chewy. Nice, Riffers. Well, good. Clabberman, hello. Welcome in. You don't need the crankshaft in the engine. It will work without it. Well, that's why I have my yabba dabba doo hole in the bottom of the Satsuma. Just get my feet right through there and good to go. HaLLoW, I wouldn't trust you around a squirrel either. Listen, I admire from a distance, okay? I've had my moment. I don't need to catch a squirrel again. 100 biddies from Firefarer.
My lab, when she was young, 1 to 2 years old, decided to try to catch ducks in the river. 45 minutes later, she was slowly walking back to us on the side of the river.
Oh my God, Fire Ferret. I'll tell you my story. Thank you for the 100 biddies. I was out camping at a Firewatch tower one time. It was the first time I ever brought Nala camping. And her and I were inseparable from the moment that I got her. She's like always been like my right hand thing, so to speak. Like I don't want to say right hand person because she's not a person, but like I treat her like a person. She was hanging out at the base of the tower while I was unpacking some stuff. And a rabbit bolted across the open area at the bottom of the tower. And I have never seen her lock. I've never seen her ears point. And I've never seen her get up and go that fast. Even to this day, after all of this time, I have never seen her prey drive kick in like it did in that moment. And all I did was say, Nala, no, in a very forceful way, which I'm not going to do right now because I don't want her in the other room to wonder what she did. But she immediately stopped. And I said, sit, and she sat. And when she did, like as she was doing that, her gaze was on the rabbit, like running into the woods, into, darting into the darkness. And I said, on me, which is my heel command, because I obviously have had several dogs in this dog pack, and they all had their own heel commands. And she, like, for a second, started to, like, walk towards me, kept her eyes where the rabbit was, broke her gaze, and walked right over to me. It was the moment when I realized that Nala and I, like, just how well-trained I had her. She's a husky and a wolf, and I pulled her off of a rabbit with a simple command, and she didn't pursue. So that told me everything I needed to know about our relationship and how I was training her. Like, that was the most positive affirmation I could have ever gotten out of her. Daisy has to go to the vet on Wednesday. She's not going to like that. Sadly, let's see how much weight she's gained. She has her winter weight. Chaos, don't feel bad. Nala is probably about 10 pounds overweight right now. She needs to lose some weight. I have been very guilty of giving her table food. Very tiny amounts, like the size of my thumbnail, but it adds up. In a dog, every calorie counts. She's also been eating dental chews like greenies to help out with her plaque and whatnot. So 100% my fault. Don't feel bad about that at all. Let me see here. My dog is the same way. He's 9 and he'll play with me for like 5-6 minutes before deciding he's tired and he doesn't want to play. Yeah, and Nala's always been like that. Like, she's old now, so I understand it. She's 12, going on 13. But she's just always been like that. She's never been a big fetch dog. I mean, she loves it and she's very passionate about it, but then she's almost done almost immediately. Hopefully you get some answers out of that, Mom. I didn't know that you were having some trouble with it. I've taken my sedan to have a mechanic look at it. Told the engine light was on because some pump was sticking, and if not changed, the car will overheat and I'll be left stranded. Part cost me $35. Replacing it cost me almost 10 times that. Is it really difficult to change? Can I do it or have HaLLoW do? I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I will guarantee that car doesn't work if I have to do it. Probably, Mom, it might be a pump that's just buried in the engine and they have to take other parts off to get to it. That would be my estimation, is if they're charging that much, it's because it's a little bit farther down. And you're talking about the Milan, right? You're not talking about the van? A couple YouTube videos, if it's a water pump, maybe, depends on the car. Yeah, it's a Mercury Milan. And like Fellow was saying, Mom, it depends on the car. The answer to whether it's difficult or not, does, like, the specific answer boils down to what kind of car it is, what kind of engine it is. It's sort of like my air filter on the Magnum. My air filter, nobody could change it because you had to, like, remove some car parts to get to it. They did it at the dealership because, we had that warranty and whatnot. But I think it really just boils down to what the engine is like, so... my other half works at a dealership. They look at a book that tells them how many hours it takes to fix the problem on that vehicle. So whatever their hourly rate is, that's how many hours. That's how much money. Gotcha, Gemini. Okay, that makes sense. I know it has to be calculated in some official way, but it's just like, being a layman, we don't know. It's my in-laws' fault. They always give her too much stuff. Hey, listen, I used to give my family shit for giving my childhood dog, and I still do, but like this, giving my childhood dog some food, and he became overweight. But with Nala, I felt so guilty after we lost Jax, and I just I felt like I had to do everything in my power to lift her spirits, even if it was for just a single moment where I gave her a piece of my breakfast sandwich or something like that, you know. Yeah. You see how HaLLoW plays this game? I'm not even going to finish reading that sentence, but I already know you're advocating for me not to fix the car. I wouldn't let him near a car. Yeah, exactly. Listen, you want a band instrument brought back to life? I'll fucking do it. You want a guitar brought back to life? I will do it. You want issues troubleshooted on audio equipment? I will fucking do it. Like, I'm your guy. But when it comes to cars, it's just, I would rather hire someone that knows what they're doing. That is the beauty about a free market, is that we all get to specialize in the things that we're good at, and we get to have a 100% trade deficit with the people that are skilled at the issues that, you know, we need help with. Because that's trades for you. So, let me see here. I'm still not sure where I am right now. You're right over there, Spence. I'm right here. You're over there. Hopefully that clears things up. I can still drive it, but I'd rather not. I'll bring it in when I can. God damn it, Bay! Why? Thank you, Bay, for the 1005. Honestly, what Ice Maniac said, and can be difficult depending on the type of vehicle. I wouldn't try changing a water pump on your own without someone experienced nearby who can help out if needed. Yeah, because if you disable the vehicle by taking it apart, then you're going to need to call for a tow. And that's going to be another few $100 on top of that. To me, like, you can look up some YouTube videos on it, specifically on the model, and also specifically the year. The engine will change year to year. Even a little bit will probably make a difference. Sometimes they do big rearrangements. Like, I don't know if anybody's seen the new Subaru Outback, but that thing's got to be way fucking different than the previous years. But yeah, it's just consider that, you know, you take the engine apart, trying to get to that water pump, and then you can't do it on your own. You get halfway through, then you got to call a tow. And then not only does the dealership have to do the water pump, but then they have to get, like, repaired any issues that may or may not have happened while you were taking the engine apart, you know? Monkey Soccer, welcome in. It's good to see you tonight. Hello. My mom has a van, fella. She does. My vehicle is not drivable at the moment, but she has a van that she can drive around. The Milan, the sedan, was something that we've had for a long, long time. I was also only like 12 years old. Wait, scared the shit out of my mom watching her kid run up. Oh, there's a big, I see it now. My story goes very differently. Like 10 years ago, shortly after we rescued Tonto, we went for a picnic at the lake surrounded by bush and no cell service. I had Tonto loosely tied, oh God, to a picnic table. He saw something in the bush, took off running with me running after him into the bush at like 7 p.m. Eventually he stopped, came back to me. And when we stopped, I noticed my family desperately calling me, scared the shit out of my mom watching her kid run off into the bush with no idea what we were chasing. I was also 12 years old with nothing but my swimsuit on. She's like seeing news on the headlines, you know? She's seeing like your face on a milk carton at that point. I learned my lesson, Chad. I changed the battery on HaLLoW's car and I messed it up. Yeah, it's actually part of the reason why my car is a little bit undrivable at the moment right now. I mean, it is what it is. It was a long time ago and I was already thinking about getting rid of it anyway. It's not a big deal. But that is a good example of why experience matters, and why people should go to individuals who know what they're doing when it comes to something so large. If you're changing, here's a good example. If you're changing the plate on the front of an outlet in your home, that's one thing. But if you're changing the actual outlet itself and you've never done that before, maybe call a handyman. Maybe, get an electrician out there. Spend, the $50 or whatever it is, or however much, so that way they can show you specifically how it's done. And you can learn from that, as opposed to, risking bodily harm or issues in your home, that sort of thing. So there's certain things that you can do on your own, applying window tint, probably even swapping out a headlight bulb on some cars. That's pretty easy. But when it comes to like actual invasive work on the engine, I would never, not me, ever. I would always go to the mechanic. Nothing is worth the risk of causing more damage, spending more money, and feeling like shit about it. That's just the way that I approach problems. If I don't know what I'm doing and I can't learn, and I'm not confident that I can learn well enough, or I would need experience to execute the job properly, I will always go to a specialist. Always. You want a complicated battery? Try GM with side post. Yeah, fuck that, Noah. My battery is in the back of my car. Yeah, it takes people sometimes a while to figure out where my battery is at. If they don't know a Magnum. So, reads my mechanic Navy man. Riley, you got a winner. You got a winner. I have no idea. Like, I would love my better half at some point in life to be an artist as well, but I'm not gonna lie. It would be really nice if they were a mechanic too. That would be great. Mine is under the passenger seat. Holy shit, Silver Dragon. I have never heard of that before. What kind of vehicle is that? I have never heard of that before. Funny dog story from when I was a teenager. Golden Retriever I had when I was a teenager was a beast. He had a doghouse that was about 600 pounds. We needed to have her tied up for a couple minutes for a delivery. We tied him to the doghouse, started walking around and dragging the doghouse. Oh my God, Chaos. That is a working dog. Holy shit. 2016 Dodge Durango. No shit, Silver Dragon. Dodges are just weird about where they put their batteries, I guess. How are you referring to a Magnum? Yes. Saw a video of someone getting a price for a minor fix on their vehicle that needed a lot taken off to get at. The customer said no. Took a video of them taking the timing belt off while the engine was running, and the engine instantly stopped with metal clanging. They then asked how much it would be now since they took one thing off for the mechanic, went from a $700 bill to a $10,000 bill. Never underestimate a layman's ability to fuck everything up. Never underestimate a layman's ability to fuck everything up. That's usually what would happen when, like, someone would walk up to my mixer when I was doing live sound, and they would be like, I want this higher or this lower. Like, and more often than not, the worst thing was that it was the musicians that were in the band. It only happened a few times, but every time they did it, they just fucked everything up. And then the worst part about it was that they sounded good after I was done. But then, because they did that in the amount of time that we had for our sound check and getting my levels where they needed to be, by the time that the show was about to begin, I wasn't able to give them another sound check. And so then they sounded like shit at the beginning of their show while I was trying to do the sound check, like while they were playing live for the show itself. And I'm going to tell you guys this one thing real fast. Nobody remembers the middle. Nobody remembers the middle of a show. I know that sounds weird, but it's the truth. I've done shows my whole life. I've done thousands of them. Everybody remembers the beginning and the end. You can fuck up all you want in the middle. But if you fuck up the beginning or if you fuck up the end, that is all that they are going to remember. So what happened was they ended up with a terrible sound. In every instance of the few instances that it happened, they all ended up with a shitty sounding first few songs, beginning of the set, and people left. They reduced their audience size because they were arrogant and they didn't recognize that someone in the room knew more than they did about how they should sound. So that's just how it goes sometimes. That's always how it goes. People think they know more than they do, and they bite off more than they can chew, or they just fucking choke on whatever it was that they took a bite out of. So, did you watch the most recent episode of The Last of Us? If so, what did you think of it? That show is as good as the game. That's all I will say. I know a lot of people out there probably have not seen it, or have not begun watching it. I highly recommend you check it out if you like The Last of Us. 2 big old thumbs up from me. Last night's episode was wonderful. Absolutely loved it. We've been also watching another show on Apple TV called Your Friends and Neighbors or something like that. It's got John Hamm in it. Amanda Peet, I think, is her name. And, what's her name? Olivia Munn, I think is her name. Really good show. Very, very good. And not anything what I was expecting it to be like. But we just keep watching the next episode. I think we're out right now. We got to wait until they come back. But, yeah. Okay, I need size 7 bolts. I have been talking so long that my thirst meter is already gone back up. I tried to be efficient, but I was not efficient. That's okay. That's okay. I disagree. It was way too short. Yeah, so anybody who has seen the episode probably knows what I'm talking about. We were very close to the end of the episode where it faded to black for a little while. And my mom was like, no, there's no way that that's the end. And then it came back, and I was like, all right, I guess we get a little bit more, but it is a short one tonight. And then 10 seconds later, the episode ended. So it was really funny. It was perfect fucking timing. But no, my mom is right. It definitely was a shorter episode. I want to see more. But I like that anticipation. I like the idea of having to wait, until next week. And that's kind of the way that I ran my Last of Us streams. I'll never forget. Wait, hang on. There's another bolt in here. They say that there's 4, but then they just randomly do another bolt. They get those 4. And then they just randomly get another one. Hang on. They randomly get another one up here somewhere. This one? Yeah. It's that one. Okay. Maybe that was to take the belt off or something. I don't know. Because I don't even have the belt on here. Waiting until next week is okay. When it comes to Silo, it's next May. I bought the books. Good for you, Chaos. I kind of want to do that. My car needs 2 batteries to run. That's actually wild. Wait, what? Some Priuses, they moved it due to the need, switched them to AGM batteries so they don't get gas in the cabin. A traction battery. What is a traction battery? Is that for like the traction system? People nowadays ask for quotes about specific videos. They think that because their phones have cameras and a basic editor, they can produce actual professional videos. False. Absolutely false. Yes. Always ended up coming back for the job correctly done. Yes, Peter. Yes, 100%. Until they... And some people have to learn the hard way. It is not as visceral as touching a hot stove. It's not as visceral as touching a hot stove, but people don't understand why I would charge X amount to do a show in a bar, right? Why are you charging this much? You're only playing for 4 hours, which first and foremost, I would say you play fucking guitar for 4 hours and you tell me how you feel. So far, my stamina is about 2 hours. Right now, after taking 8 years off of guitar and suffering a lot of nerve damage, which is the reason why I stopped playing, I've gotten my stamina back up to about 2 hours. I could play 2 hours straight, no problems. And then that's when I start to cramp up a little bit. So not only are you paying me for all of my equipment, for all of my knowledge, but you're also paying me for all of the time that it took to get to be this proficient of a musician to the point where I can play for 4 hours uninterrupted and deliver a good show for you guys. And on top of that, you can itemize it all you want. Lessons, strings, picks, a fresh cable because it went out last week because I played at a shitty place that had a short. And luckily it didn't get my speakers, but it got some of my cables. All kinds of little shit. The 9 volts that go in every single one of the pedals, I have to replace those almost every single night. It adds up. It's cost over cost over cost. And if you want something, and if that's what it costs, then you just have to pay it. I can itemize it out for you. I can tell you why it costs that much, but people don't believe it until they stick their hand out and they touch that stove. They have to go through it themselves to finally understand why it costs that much. And in addition to that, I would also say that the mechanics costing what they do, like the quote that you got, Mom, it's not just about the experience. It's not just about the computer that they have that'll tell them, where to go and how to get there. It's about the tools. They have every single tool that they would need there. And if they don't have it, they buy the tool. They buy the tool. You don't buy the tool. They buy the tool. They eat that cost. But over the course of time, that they've run the shop, they've acquired everything that they need to acquire to do those things. So, okay. Back to what I was doing. Now I need a screwdriver to loosen up this guy right here, which I don't even know if I need to do. Because I don't have a belt on there. But maybe I do. I think I do. I understand. Yeah. Honestly, Mom, you're open-minded. When I, You know, I can lay a case out for you and I will be able to change your mind. I can do that with some people. Not everybody is like that. Some people are very pig-headed. Like Peter was saying, you know, they think that just because their phone has a basic editor and they have a camera, you know, that they can get stuff done. But you'll never be able to do it to the degree a professional can do it unless you become a professional yourself. So I have over 20K in tools. That alone justifies why you have to charge so much. Because, I mean, like my guitar is like 5,000 or something like that. And that's not the only instrument that I play when I go out and I play a gig. I have my violin there with me. I have my saxophone there with me. I usually have a second guitar there with me as a backup that stays in its case in case something goes wrong with the main acoustic. And then I probably have an electric somewhere in there. Depending on the keyboard, you're either talking about a $2,000 keyboard or a $5,000 keyboard. Like, and then I have all of my speakers and all of my cables that people don't really pay attention to, but that's easily another $500 to $800 in cables alone. It's a lot of shit. It's a whole lot of shit. So, but if it's something I can break, fix it, then I want to learn. Yeah. And what I would say, Mom, is if you want to learn how to fix a car, the best way to do it is the way that I learned how to fix guitars in high school. Buy a cheap $50 pawn shop guitar and don't be afraid about fucking it up because it was only $50. And if you learn, go to school. Yeah, obviously you can go to school, but if you want to teach yourself, I guess is what I'm saying. Yes, absolutely go to school. That's hands down. That's a great option. But if you want to, go it on your own, kind of like I did with music, how I taught myself most of what I know, it start cheap and don't be afraid about breaking stuff because it's cheap. But because we're talking about your car, your real car, and not some, $250 junker that you bought on the side of the road, the stakes become a little bit different. They become more real, and the effect of failure is tangible. So, HaLLoW went to school. Maybe. Cheers, Racer. Thank you for the hydration. Hello, HaLLoW. I hope you celebrated your mother well on Mother's Day. I did, Thumpa. I did. I got her. I was trying to be thoughtful this year for what I was going to get her. I got her a barometer because sometimes she doesn't feel too well because of the pressure outside, but sometimes she doesn't feel well and we don't know if it's because of the pressure. So I got her a barometer because you can literally see when the pressure starts to change, and she'll be able to tell, okay, the pressure has changed, therefore that's the reason I'm not feeling well, versus the pressure hasn't changed and I'm not feeling well. So it might be something else that's going on, like diet, poor sleep, whatever, something else, blah, blah, blah. So it's something that, is useful. It came with a Galileo thermometer, which makes it look really cool. And then I got her freeze-dried strawberries because they are fucking delicious, and she's just gotten into making overnight oats, and I thought that would be the perfect addition to put into the overnight oats. So I tried to be thoughtful about, just something nice to get her. Steffi, thank you for the dad joke. Let's get to that right now. Let's do that right now, Steffi. Let me see here. How would you find Will Smith if he was hiding in the snow? You would follow the Fresh Prince. Did you guys hear about the guy who fell into an upholstery machine? Apparently, he's fully recovered. What did the grape say when he got stepped on? He didn't say anything, but he let out a little whine. There are your dad jokes, Steffi. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy. Let me see here. Yeah, the very last little part of dad. I think it's the last present that he gave me. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. Yep, Mom. Yep. I got my mom a Monstera plant, something she's always wanted. Favorite child strikes again. What is a Monstera plant? Bay, thank you for the 111. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Let me see here. I want to Google that right now. I want to see what that is. I want to see. I also apparently got my mom a planter at Home Depot. She informed me about it. Oh, it's one of these. Yeah. This is pretty cool. Gremlin. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Okay. All right. That's done. Monstera plants are awesome. Yeah. It looks really fucking cool. Thank you. I love my presents. I'm glad, Mom. I'm really glad. I tried to be thoughtful. I'm glad you like them. Okay, we're done with this. We don't need to remove the belt because that's not obviously on. I already removed the water pump. Now I need number 7. And I'm going to take off 5 bolts that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. 1, 2, 3. Number 4. And 5. I'm going to double check this guy. There we go. Drop that guy off. Okay. Watching the video once again. Let me move this to the side first. Okay, now I need a 6. It's going to be this guy right here. And we're doing 6 of them, which are 4, 5. Wait, what? Thought I just saw 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there's 6. I just miscounted when he was doing them. I really wish they made cars like they made back in the day where you could easily work on them yourself. Yeah, I guess, you know, I like to advocate and champion the free market a lot, but there are moments where unnecessary complexities for the sake of innovation start to bleed into the, you know, the designs of items that have a saturated product market, and engines is one of those. Cars, vehicles. Because, like, how many fucking hatchbacks can you make? It's a hatchback. But they all are different. And they all, like, don't get me wrong, there's, you know, there's upsides and downsides to every engine that's out there, but I do agree with what you're saying, Coffee Rocket. There should be, in the same way that there's still dumb phones out there alongside smartphones, it's going to sound stupid and probably ignorant if there are actually dumb cars out there, but there should be dumb cars that you can work on your own. I think they call them diesel cars. I'm kidding. Seriously though, I think it would be good. I think it would be good because not only would they be cheap and easily maintained, but the consumer would be able to say whether or not that is the direction that they would like, you know, the market to go in. However, once you provide that option and people start learning how to fix their cars, that kills a lot of the mechanic industry. So, like, and I'm talking like specialized mechanics, like Subaru certified or fucking Mercedes certified or anything like that, you know? I got my mom some flowers and made her steak with cheesy cauliflower for dinner yesterday. Very nice, Steffi. Very cool. That sounds lovely. I literally took an old lawnmower a neighbor brought over to me for scrap, managed to repair it through a little trial and error. I now have a spare lawnmower. You should ask them if they want their lawn mowed anymore. That would be funny. Thanks for the help, chat. I'm going to lurk for a bit. Sounds good, Mom. It's good having you in chat. I think tonight is like the most talkative you've ever been in chat. We all like it. We all love seeing you. Too many computers and vehicles. Yeah, you know, I could probably take all of the other nonsense of like really jam-packed engines, and I would be a little bit more motivated to learn about them if it wasn't for the computers. If it wasn't for the fact that there's a huge amount of digitization in them that obviously gives mechanics a lot of assistance, but you have to have those computers that can interface, or you have to have the readers, so to speak, that can interface with the computers and tell you specifically what the error codes are. And those computers are like $1,000 at the cheapest, I would imagine. HaLLoW diesels are so much more complicated to work on. Really? I did not know that. Versus gas? Gotcha. I got tacos. What kind, Dr. Garrett? Okay, now I need an 11. And we got a big old boy right here in the middle. Pull this one back. Okay. And now this can come off. And wait, what was that one? Oh, I see. I didn't miscount earlier. He just never loosened this particular bolt so that way the whole part wouldn't have fallen off. I'm guessing. Okay, so they take that off. And then they take the chain off. Okay. And then I need a 10 mil for that center guy. Honestly, I should just bring the socket set in here. I thought I was going to be out there a little bit more than I actually am. Kane, what's up? How you doing? I have an 05 F350 60. And to do head gaskets, the easiest you have is to pull the whole cab off. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my God, dude. That is ridiculous. The neighbor knows I fixed it because I mowed my own lawn with it. Nice, Racer. Very cool. Very cool. Looking at the after treatment systems that diesel have nowadays and how they need to function and what they need to see and how tight the parameters need to be within spec. Shit's complicated now. I would imagine Killfire because, I mean, it feels menial and nonsensical on a small level, right? But once you extrapolate it to like global supply chains and how many trucks are out there on the road, not only like are we talking about it from an emission standpoint, but also from just like a safety standpoint, it makes sense to me, you know? I would want the airplane that I fly on to have the same strict standards as the trucks that I drive behind, in front of, and in between on the highway, on the freeway. And even though I'm not actively riding in them, they can still derail, your own life to a certain degree, and obviously anyone that's around them to an even greater degree if something were to go wrong with them. So I that's my guess, is it's a symptom of not the individual engine, but rather the larger implications of enforcing the standards across tens of thousands of trucks across the contiguous United States and by extension the rest of the globe. It's the worst thing in the world. Part of the motor is under the cowl of the truck up against the firewall. Kane, I cannot believe that you have to take the fucking cab of the truck off to replace a head gasket. I'm over here bitching and moaning about taking apart the entire engine so I can get to the crankshaft, but you're out there literally disassembling the entire vehicle just so you can get to one tiny little part. The head gasket was like the third thing that I removed from this sucker, by the way. The head gasket was actually exactly the third thing, and it probably could have been the second if I didn't take the rockers off. Is that what they are? The rockers? Rocker shaft. Yeah, the rocker shaft off after I got the other half of the engine pulled out. Electric vehicles aren't able to be serviced by consumers. Too much danger with direct current, high voltage must be done by a dealership with specialized mechanics. That makes sense, Fire Ferret. Yeah. I would never want to dude, I don't even... My microwave starts making funny noises at me and I leave it alone for a week. I don't touch that shit, man. It would literally shock someone severely. Yeah. I did an oil change today on my 43-year-old Honda mower. Nice, Noah. I don't think I've ever done an oil change in my life before. Never. I've only ever gone to places to get an oil change. I should probably learn how to do it, but... You what? I'm serious. Doc, we've talked about this before. I've never done an oil change in my life. What did I just come back to? We've been talking about cars the whole time. Listen, Kane is talking about how he has to remove the cab of his truck to change the head gasket. I am not... Listen, you can't blame me for being daunted by that task. I also, hey, at the end of the day, Doc, you can't play a Paganini Caprice on the violin, and I can. You've never done that. I have many times. I could forgive you for not changing a head gasket, but that can be a pain in the ass. But an oil change? Yeah, I've never done an oil change. Never. I just go to a place when I'm out and about on my errands, and I drive in and I say I need my oil changed. I scroll on my phone for about 10, 15 minutes, pay them, and I go on my merry way. I am one of those people in society that is completely fine with not knowing specific skills because other people specialize in them. And I like interdependency. I like the fact that, you know, they lean on me to entertain them at their wedding, and at the bar after they get divorced. And I lean on them to fix my car so I can get to those places. It's nice. It's very nice. Happy Quacks, welcome in. I've been putting off changing my oil. Funny thing about that, Happy Quacks, is that I put off changing my oil by just dumping more oil into the engine. Does that count as an oil change, Doc? Because I put oil in my engine before. We all work together. Exactly, Gemini. You know how to do stuff that I don't know how to do, and I know how to do stuff that you don't know how to do. And that is the interconnected nature of society. It's easy, but what the hell am I going to do with that oil? I still have to pay to dispose of it. See, Riffers brings up a great point because I wouldn't have known what to do with it either, and it would have sat in my garage for years. I would have never. It's either that or the sink, which I know is not a good idea. I know that's a big environmental no-no. So, yeah, Riffers is correct. I mean, I have a transfer station I can bring shit to, but again, like Riffers said, you have to pay to get rid of it. So, knowing the skill is good. If you ever get in a bind and you have to do it yourself, yeah, that's a great thing. But at the end of the day, if something bad happens and I need to do an oil change, odds are the damage to the engine is far more extreme than just dumping some oil in there or getting the old oil out. At that point, I think I need a tow and a mechanic. So, I want you to know that when college was online from COVID, a class of like 80 people called me dad after I learned one of them was way overdue for an oil change. I taught them and everyone how to do basic car maintenance for like 4 hours on a Discord call. More and more people kept connecting to call and they were enthralled. Doc is literally a personification of, fuck, what's his name? Oh, God damn it. Doc, what is his name? What is his name? Ron Swanson. Doc is IRL Ron Swanson. I was teaching these children basic life skills. I would argue that learning how to do your taxes is much more of a basic life skill than learning how to change your oil. I would argue that learning how to do your taxes is 10 times more of a basic life skill than changing oil. Because if I fuck up my oil, oopsie, I got to go to the mechanic. If I fuck up my taxes, don't need to do your taxes if you can't get to work. Okay, listen, you might have a valid point there, but you can walk to work. There's bicycles that don't take oil. I gotta go take care of my thirst. Hang on. Also, I think I might just go to bed as well. It's late at night. I was thinking about working through the night, but I think I'm gonna go to bed. We'll wake up in the morning. First thing, get back at it. 5,000 miles overdue. Oh my God. I think the most that I was ever over was 800. And it was because I may or may not have accidentally peeled off the oil sticker and there was a vacuum involved. I guesstimated as best as I could. I tried to figure it out. I tried to think about it. I'm serious. I was vacuuming off my dash, because there were some dust bunnies up there. I wipe the dash, right? Underneath the windshield. And there's just some little, tufts of dust. And so I just brought the thing up there. And I was ramming it down into the nook of the dash. And it just caught a tiny little corner of that oil thing and just gone, immediately gone. Never to be seen again. Never. I don't even use an oil sticker. There's a clipboard in my workshop that I wrote it on. But I also just remember. Yeah, well, Doc, I have that Paganini Caprice memorized. So what now? All right, what now? ate a shit ton of Sour Patch Kids, and now my mouth is freaking sore. Bracing, I double dog dare you to go get some Captain Crunch right now. Go do it right now. Go do it. I'm kidding. Don't do it. Don't do it. That might actually be a hospital visit. Do not do that. All right, let's go to bed. Here we go. My card just tells me, yeah. I'm embarrassed how far over I am. That's okay, Happy Quacks. That's okay. I'm sure it's not that bad. Okay, listen, it's probably really bad. Okay, it's okay. It's all right. We're not judging. We're not judging. HaLLoW, go look at media share. I can't. I'm streaming right now. I'm attempting to entertain. As best as I can. It's really bad. Don't listen to HaLLoW. You don't even know how far over he is. You didn't even say. I forget at the moment. It's for a 96 Volvo 850 Turbo Wagon. Is that the Little Miss Sunshine car? Is that the surfer van? Okay. Let me get back to business. I need a 10 now. And I am on the 10. And, okay, so I already took this one off. Okay, got the camshaft gear off. And then on the back of this bad boy is another 10. Okay, and then when that one comes off, I can detach this. Let's put this guy over here. And now that that one is done, I need a 13. I'm going to bring the fucking sockets in here. I said I was going to do that a while ago, and I never did. Okay, I need a 13. And it is
Hello there.
The oil one? TNT, what's up, friend? How you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you tonight. Happy Monday. We're Well, the good news is that I have finally changed oil in my life now. Look at me grow. Leveling up in life. All right. Let's see here. So they unscrew that, and they take that other part off. And then they unscrewed this one. They also have oil come out. Now we need a 10. And the 10 is going to be here. Okay. Okay, and then we can do this. Bam! Nice! All right, sweet. We're making progress. Look at us go. So it looks like they continue working on this segment. So that's going to be what we do. We're going to take the engine plate off. And then we're going to take this guy off. The fucking crankshaft. Ladies and gentlemen, the part that we've been trying to get to this whole time. There it is. All in its glory. Finally did it. How many bolts are on this bad mamma jamma? I need a 7. And there are going to be 4 sets of 2. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. This is the part that caused my Satsuma to fail right here. But while we are replacing this one at 0%, we're also going to be replacing everything in the engine that is below 40%. And honestly, like, I'm thinking about just buying fucking everything at this point. I'm thinking about just getting brand new parts out of the rip for the entire thing. I will need to make some money for it. I have a couple bucks, but it's not that much, and most of it is going to be going to what's it? Wait, what? How did he do that? Groceries, because I still have to buy those. Okay, let me try it this way. I don't know how he got that out of there. Am I missing one? Are they not? That works. All right, there we go. I think I just... sometimes you have to be actually, like, holding on to the engine. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why it's like that, but hey, that's fine. No big deal. I need that BTTV emote that I sent non-negotiable. Doc, I'll do it right now if you link me that emote again and link me one of the Pedro emotes. It doesn't matter which one, just link me one of them and I'll remove it. And if it's not the right one, I'll find it. I'll find it. Sorry I'm late. Been grinding on game development. Didn't realize what time it is. Hello, Cullen. How's your game coming along? We are, we're kicking the fucking engine around. I'm doing good, though. I'm doing good. Making some good progress. I'm happy with where things are at right now. Felt Doc is someone who has ran a mechanic shop in a lead tech. I trust no one to work on my stuff. Yeah, Reed. I mean, I'm the same way. I think any professional is the same way with whatever their craft is. You are not allowed to touch my instruments unless I give you explicit permission to play them, and then you can only play them. Like, if I hand my guitar to somebody who wants to play it, and then they immediately put it into drop D tuning, that's the last time you're going to touch my guitar. I understand it's not that invasive, but it's just the principle behind it, you know? Like, if you don't ask, hey, that means you too, zombie. You don't get to play my guitar. You're decomposing. Thanks, Bay. I appreciate the 202. You're doing what tier what? I don't even remember what I said, but yes, I am doing it. Let me see here. The only person I'd trust to work on my vehicle unsupervised would be my younger sister. She's incredibly skilled and knows that it's good to ask questions when needed. Good. That's another key part about it too, Racer. Yeah. You don't want somebody that's like incredibly arrogant working on your stuff, or like arrogant to the point of being disrespectful. Confident is fine, but like humble enough to understand that inquiry is where you gain knowledge, and not many people are like that. How to remove pistons, throw engine. I need an emote that takes notes, HaLLoW. Let me see. Wait, how? Yeah, Gemini, I think it's a bit emote. So in order to get the notes one, I think you have to do like, I think it's, actually I can find out right now. I don't actually remember how to get that one. 1,000 bits. Yeah, so there are several bit emotes, and that's one of them. That's the first tier, because I figured that was the most common one. It's moving along quite a bit.
Drop D tuning without permission.
Sometimes cutscenes.
While my guitar gently weeps.
I swear to God, no. No. Firefair, thank you for the 100 biddies. No, one time I handed my guitar to a guy that wanted to put it into DADGAD, and they ended up just snapping the B string because they didn't know that I was using an old set of strings at the time. And that's fine. Like, sometimes old strings will still sound okay. And, you know, if you don't want to spend the money on a new set, then that's fine. But that's really what it boils down to, is like every time that you take tension away and put tension back on that string, you're increasing the chance of it fracturing at some point, especially when you've been playing it for a while. And I'm a pretty aggressive player. So, like, my strings, at a certain point, I don't detune them anymore because I'm too lazy and I don't want to swap those strings out. And so, yeah, they wanted to put it into DADGAD. And for those of you guys that don't know what DADGAD is, it's like an open tuning that makes playing the guitar sound. It's very similar to the sound that you get on, what's the name? Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Goo Goo Dolls. It's a very open tuning. It's not, I don't think that Iris is in DADGAD. I think Iris is in drop D. I don't actually remember what tuning it's in, but it's a very open tuning that makes it very simple to play the guitar. And it's sort of like one of the first open tunings that people learn about. And then once they get it under their fingers, they start playing it all the fucking time. Like, two of the songs that I wrote back in high school, some of the first songs I ever wrote, they were in DADGAD. And it's specifically because of that reason. Just like once I got the tuning, I was like, this is so fucking cool. I want to do all kinds of stuff in it. So yeah. I work on my own cars and my family's cars, and I learned about it all from YouTube. Very nice, Happy Quacks. Cool. Hey, YouTube is a great resource. It really is. As someone who has historically worked on their own cars, I refuse to touch anything but brakes on my Chevy Volt. The high voltage EV system is far beyond my comfort zone. Jay Boyeds, yes, we were talking about that a little bit earlier. Also, welcome in. It's good to see you tonight. I haven't seen you in a little while. I hope you're doing wonderful. It's scary. It's like touching one of the Transformer boxes on a microwave. Like, just no fucking thank you. No thank you. Styro Pyro is one of my favorite YouTubers. He does like a lot of laser stuff and a lot of like really, I don't want to say reckless science things because he's a professional. He knows what he's doing. You can tell that he's a very capable individual. But the shit that he does, yeah, I've seen him fuck with those electrical boxes from microwaves. And it's just like the thing that comes out of them. Oh my God, no. No, never. Never, never, never. Hybrids and electrics are scary to work on sometimes. Yeah. Yep. Emotes sent. Thank you, Doc. I'll get them right now. HaLLoW can't talk. That's normal for the most part. Okay, let me get these emotes done. Because I know that Doc is not going to stand for this. Wait, that's not the emote that you sent me, Doc. This is a different one. I thought you wanted, I'll still add it. That's like the re-emote. Okay, did you get the right one? You did. Look at you. Oh my God, Doc, you're the best. All right. You are the best. All right, Pedro is removed. The duplicate Pedro, I should say. And Feels Rage Man has been added. Enjoy. Enjoy, Doc. Enjoy your emote, my friend. All right, back to it. Okay, where were we at? Okay, so they remove all of the pistons. And then 3 2x9. So I need the 9. And then it's these 3 right here. And that is the crankshaft. All of this work would have had to be done just for the crankshaft. And obviously, this is an entire engine teardown. So it makes no sense for me to just replace the crankshaft. I think you guys now can see, like, why I wanted to do the whole thing. And not only do the whole thing, but do the whole upgrade as well. Because it doesn't make sense to tear the whole engine down and put it back together with 40% durability parts. Okay, I feel better now, even if my meme didn't make... It made me giggle. I like the GIF. I liked the GIF. I didn't say anything about it, but I noticed it. I wish I could see those emotes. All I can see is words. Gemini, are you on desktop or are you on mobile? I'm doing well. I typically lurk because of social anxiety, but I've been trying to get out of my comfort zone more often recently. Jay Boyeds, very nice. We've had more than a few people here in chat that have done that exact same thing, who lurk a whole lot, you know, just want to be in the shadows and do their thing. But, you know, they started talking a little bit more and you know, before you know it, they were like some of the top chatters. I mean, hell, look at Fella. He won't fucking shut up now. Totally changed him. I'm kidding. For real, though. You are welcome in my chat any day you want. All right, Jay Boyans. And you're also welcome in the shadows, too. Always. My profile picture was basically Phil Dunphy with a mustache, and after I taught them all basic life skills, they all called me dad forever, including during class. Oh, my God, Doc. That's... At some point, I would question how appropriate it was. Yo, TNT! Coming in with the gifted sub, going to Jay Boyeds. Jay, you are no stranger. Welcome back into the HaLLoW following, emotes and ad-free viewing. Enjoy. TNT, I appreciate you a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, M. Paul was very shy as well. There are several other people that I'm thinking of right now who I won't say because they do like to lurk a lot. And I don't want to make them feel like they have to pop into chat. But there have been many, many people over the course of the stream that, you know, were very quiet, soft-spoken, had social anxiety, didn't really want to chat. But very slowly, you know, they started to do a little bit more. So, hey, at the very least, Jay Boyeds, now you don't even have to worry about ads. If you're going to be lurking, you don't have to get those fucking... What even are ads on my channel right now? What ads run? How many of you guys out there see ads? What comes through? I am curious. Because I don't even know. I am not one of them. You are not one of them, Sunset. I'm very soft-spoken. Yeah, riffers, you like to lurk from time to time. That's for damn sure. Like, sometimes it'll be like 3/4 of the way through my broadcast and you'll pop into chat. And you've just been there the whole time, you know? Quiet me never. Listen, Racer, you take after me, and that's fine. Shrug. Gremlin. Gremlin was another one, yeah. I only see subtracts, multiplies, and divides. Probably going to look at hiring an editor to solve the cutscene issue. Very nice, Colin. Well, I hope that you get to the bottom of it. Hiring a professional is always the best thing if you don't really know what you're doing, because then they can just help you out immensely, you know. It's just the ads that I see are just random stuff. Gotcha. Okay. When my sub runs out, I see ads for Apple and Tesla. You get Tesla ads on my channel? Yeah, fuck you, Elon. Get the hell out of here. Get the fuck out of here. It's okay, though. Steve Apple can stay. Tim Apple. Tim Apple. It's Tim Apple now. Tim Apple can stay. YouTube has the worst ads. YouTube's ads are very interesting. They're dependent on the kind of content that you have and how you report your video. MRK, 100 biddies.
What has 6 letters, starts with P, and ends a sentence? Roll.
Okay, that's a really good one, MRK. Hi, MRK. How you doing, man? Thank you. God damn. That's a good one. That's a smart one. How you doing tonight, MRK? It's good to see you, dude. Thank you for the biddies. Kind of random right now. I hear it. Careless, what's up? Welcome in. YouTube has ads. After D-Clay gave me an ad remover thing, I don't see any. Wait, fella, you had to have D-Clay help you remove ads? What? I've also gotten random ads for Rivian electric cars. Interesting, 208. Oh, bye, fella. We'll see you when you're back. 208, have you Googled electric cars? I wasn't going to look for a plugin myself. Bye, fella. Bye. I always love those last few messages as like the mods just start plotting over towards fella's direction. B5 fo fum. Especially considering the fact that it was a mod that you know redeemed the thing. By the way, chat, I have not taken a hydration in a little bit here. I'm going to get that right now. Cheers. I live near a Rivian plant. That may do it. Interesting, 208. Yeah, I used to look into electric cars a long time ago when I was diversifying my portfolio a little bit. And I always thought that Rivians were just like normal cars. I never knew that they were electric. But looking back, that was kind of goofy of me because they really do look like they're an electric car on the outside. I just never really paid attention to it. 100 biddies from Spence.
Is it true that HaLLoW puts on spandex and dances around his room in the middle of the night?
No. I do it on a stage. Thank you for the 100 biddies. Appreciate that, Spence. Also, thank you for kicking off the scam train. All aboard, ladies and gentlemen. YouTube ads have annoyed me to the point of reducing my intake of vids on YouTube on mobile. Really, Fire Ferret? Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I might get YouTube whatever one of these days, like the ad-free version of it. But, I don't know. For now, I just use an ad blocker. I use Twitch Turbo, though. So, I'll always support streamers and whatnot. But sometimes, like, I don't know. I have videos autoplay on one monitor, and sometimes it'll kick on an hour-long ad because somehow YouTube knows that I'm, like, absent-mindedly watching videos. So, yeah. I have premium. It's definitely worth it. Also comes with YouTube Music. Interesting. My dad joke, pretty please. I got them already, Steffi. They were a little while ago. Yeah, that was 30 minutes ago. I got those already. When I get ads on YouTube, I get a lot of them in Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish. Really, Andy? Are you in an area that kind of like is near a Spanish-speaking city, or are you near the border or something like that? That's really interesting. I have an ad blocker on Opera GX, so I only watch YouTube vids when I'm on my laptop. Gotcha, 208. I get a lot of French ads. Oh, you're in Canada. That's right, Kremlin. I'm like, what? Que pasa? Huh? I get some in Spanish, but I'm right next to the Bronx. In COVID days, we got like a week's worth of Spanish ads out of nowhere. And it was always on YouTube, on the YouTube app on the Fire TV when we were watching like news clips and stuff, trying to stay up to date. Sorry, I missed them. My bad. It's okay, Steffi. They were fucking terrible. I'll give you one on the house. How about that? I'll give you one on the house. Let me see here. Trying to find a good one. Or at least one that would count for a decent free one. There used to be a river that ran through Egypt that no one believed existed. Locally, it was known as Denial. There you go, Steffi. All right. Back to the video. I got those removed. The crankshaft is out. Let me fast forward this segment. Okay. Removes the bearings. Removes the crankshaft. And now we need a size 7. And that is going to be over here. There are 2 of them. I believe on either side. Okay. Got that removed.
I fart in your general direction.
Is this French?
It's Pepe Le Pew. Thank you, G-Vale, for the 509. I appreciate that. All right, next one up is a screwdriver. Thank you, G-Vale. God damn it. Let's see here. I think it's just one of them. Yes, indeed, it is just one. The distributor. What does the distributor do? And I swear to God, if one of you say it distributes, I swear, by the moon and the stars in the sky. I'm in northwestern Pennsylvania, so not sure how I get Spanish-speaking ads. That's weird, Mr. Gorniak. Have they been happening for a while? Raro. HaLLoW. A mí también me salen anuncios en español. I know exactly one word. No, excuse me, 2 words in that statement, and I'll give you a guess as to which they are. Bay, thank you for the 666. I don't actually have anything on that one, but that is A-okay. Maybe someday I will. The one YouTube ad that drives me nuts is the one that says, I want to buy your house. Yeah, just a bunch of fucking... Yeah, let me pay 20% less than market value as is so that way I can mark the hell up out of it and continue ruining the housing market. That's what those guys are doing. Sorry, but if you got a house and you own it, you sit on that thing. You do not let it go to one of those asshats. That was awesome. It was weird. I get Spanish ads too. Interesting, Peter. I know how to read and bullshit my way through pronouncing Spanish.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I guess I
Why
don't.
did Karen press Control plus Shift plus Escape?
Why?
She wanted to see the task manager.
God damn it. Nice, Sunset. Thank you for the 115. I appreciate it. Peter, my mom was born in was it Sinaloa, Mom? I can't remember. But my mom was born in Mexico. She lived for her whole like she grew up in Mexico. She came to the States and became a citizen in 88, 89, I think. Something like that. I can't remember the exact year. Something like that. Monterrey, Nuevo Leon. There we go. Okay, all right. Monterrey, Nuevo Leon. Yeah. So my first Spanish was, or my first language was Spanish. And the first language that I forgot how to speak was Spanish. Pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. I did it all before I learned how to learn English. Before I learned English. 1901. Yes, my mom is 1991. 1991 was when I was born, Mom. So you were a citizen before then. I know that. You were a citizen before then. Because you and Dad were building the house. So it couldn't have been 1991. And 1981 was too early. Kidding. Okay, kidding. Yeah, I think it was like late 80s when my mom became a citizen. So, now that you said that, I don't know if I respect you or if I'm scared of you. We could just let it be a wash if you want. Just let it be a wash. Okay, let's see here. We're done with those. Okay, the distributor gets taken apart, and that, okay, according to this, that's the end. Now the user is in the, or the YouTuber or whatever, the, Vitonymous, I hope I'm saying their name right. It's Vitonamous. They are in Fleetari's shop now. So I'm assuming that that's it. But I have this whole other segment over here. And the gearbox is one of the things that's not doing so hot. So let me see if I can wing it. What's the worst that can happen, you know? What's the worst that I could do to this? Probably broke the whole fucking thing. Come on, what size do you need? Is it on this side? It's not the... What the fuck? Okay. Well, okay. Okay. Bro, how big are these things? Oh, come on, man. I'm gonna laugh if those are just like cosmetic bolts. No, those are real bolts right there. Start in the middle. It'll look a little bit bigger. I know it's not any of these big Bama Jammas, so we'll just start at the beginning. Bro. That thing doesn't come apart? They're cosmetic? Okay, so, is this the whole part then? Does nothing else come off of this? Oh, it is the whole gearbox. I mean, all of it says it's the gearbox. Is there anything else that comes apart there? Why would you tell him it doesn't come apart? He would be here for hours. What the fuck, Spence? What the hell? Okay, so I'm assuming that the gearbox then, this is the like the whole thing is the gearbox, right? So I'm done. Essentially non-serviceable. Okay, so I'm done. Like I'm all done. This is the engine right here then, right? No, nothing? Okay. Okay. Mama HaLLoW, I'll talk to you in Spanish so HaLLoW can't understand us. Oh, God. No. I will give you 2 minutes of rule-breaking Espanol, okay? And then I'm going to need you to hit the SAP button again, all right? It's a rule, but I'll waiver it. I'll waive it. It's a whole gearbox. It's a sealed unit. Gotcha. Okay, so I'm done then. I'm all done. It looks like I'm done. Okay, now we need to separate out the parts. Dígame, señor. I know what that means. I don't know what it means, but I know the emotion in which it's said. Okay, Yo quiero Taco Bell. God damn it. Peter, I'll tell you a funny story, actually. My mom and dad and I were down in Mexico. We lived there for about a year when I was in 3rd grade. And we were at some fast food establishment. I can't remember what it was specifically, but the fast food establishment had straws. And my mom is probably already busting up laughing because now she knows what story I'm telling. I walked up. I asked my mom and dad, like, I want to go get a straw, but I want to learn Spanish. How do I say I would like a straw? And they said, yo quiero popote. And I said, okay. And I don't know, like, if I forgot or if I misheard, but I get up to the counter and I being the cultured white boy that I am, I look at this poor cashier. She has no idea what's about to happen to her. She has no idea. I don't even know what's about to happen to her. I don't know until after it's done. I look at her and I go, yo quiero un popo. And I thought I was doing right. And she looked at me like, what? And I reiterated, yo quiero un popo. And the best part about it was, I'm not sure if my mom and dad knew this. I don't know if I've told this part of the story, but I made the shape of a straw with my hands, which didn't help at all. She looked mortified and like embarrassingly laughing. And I said, un momento, like clearly something has gone wrong. I'm going to fix it. I go back to my mom and dad. I'm like, what was it again? They say popote. And I say, oh, okay, I said it wrong. All right, I'll be right back. I go back to the cashier. I'm like, yo quiero un popote. And she goes, oh, ha, ha, ha. She hands me a straw. And we had a laugh. I didn't know at the time what I was laughing about, but I sit down and I look at my mom and dad and they're like, what went wrong? And I was like, I said it wrong. They said, what'd you say? I said, yo quiero un popo. And they shit themselves laughing. I have never seen my family laugh so hard in their life. And then my mom goes up like on our way out and has a good chuckle with her, said something in Spanish, which I didn't fucking understand because I don't even know what the word shit in Spanish is. So that was a good day. That was a really funny day. That's a really funny memory that I have. I enjoyed that day a lot. So basically, I was requesting the cashier, I would like a big shit, please. And then I reiterated when she said, what? I said, I would like a big shit. That was your first experience with Spanish? No. So I didn't speak Spanish at a young age. I knew some words. And my first word was agua, because my mom taught me agua was water. And so I would ask for water that way. I don't think I actually knew what the word meant. I just, wah, wah, I think I just kind of made the sound. But regardless, over time in the American school system, I just spent so much time away from my family that I learned English and it overrode everything for me. So, wah. Yeah, exactly, Mom. Yeah. So like I never was proficient with it. Like I just know a very little bit of Spanish. And even now, I don't remember very much of it at all. I needed to know it to get by with family and whatnot when we lived there for a year. But yeah, like I said, American school system, I started learning music. My brain started overwriting those bits and those neurons, and I just kind of forgot it. So, no wonder HaLLoW loves fart noises so much. No, that's a business decision. That is 100% a business decision. It took 6 years of Spanish in school. To this day, I remember very little. You want to know why I think 208 is because in school, you don't have a lot of opportunity to speak it. You do it in the class and oh wait, I need to go. Chat, fuck this. Let's screw up some fucking sausages. Let's sear some wieners. Let's get some damn wieners going. I'll go do it in the driveway. I'll do it in the driveway. Well, you should practice. It's good to know more than one language. It opens doors. You're not wrong, Peter, but I would say if you are only going to know one language, it should probably be either English or is Mandarin still the #2 language in the world, I think? I mean, I guess it really also depends on, you know, where you were born at, but if you were to know one language, I think English is probably it. It didn't help that Dad refused to speak to me in Spanish. I needed to learn the language pronto. Yeah, and that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. It's more important that you learn English than I learn Spanish. And I still feel that way. Like, as a first-generation American, it would have been a very different life for me if I wasn't proficient in English. Mandarin is #1. Gotcha. Okay. Mandarin is the most spoken. Okay, my bad. El Soto, how you doing tonight? Welcome in. But yeah, like I said, if I was going to know only one language, it'd probably be English. I didn't know Mandarin was #1. That just goes to show how uncultured I am. But yeah, life would have been very different. So, I mean, I also think that life would have been different if I knew both languages. But I struggle to find a moment in my life where knowing Spanish would have advanced me. Maybe I don't know what I don't know. And I know that, like, you know, you never know what could have been, but I can't remember a single moment throughout my musical career or this career here, that knowing Spanish would, if anything, not knowing Spanish led to me telling a funny story that a lot of people found fucking hilarious. So, I don't know. It's one of those things. You never know what things would have been like if it would have been different. So, buenas tardes. HaLLoW. How you doing, El Soto? It's good to see you tonight. Buenas tardes to you too. I spent 2 years as a foreign exchange student in Venezuela. That was a hell of a learning experience, especially when their Spanish was very different than what I was learning in school. Yeah, it's fuck. Is it Spanish or is it shit, what is the other language that's very close to Spanish? Is it Portuguese? I can't remember. I know that my mom's, like, understands that language to a certain extent, you know. I think it's disrespectful if you plan to live in a country you don't know the spoken language of. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's disrespectful. I think it's disrespectful when you feel entitled about it. That's where I think it's disrespectful. I don't think it's disrespectful at all to be learning, to be growing. I think it's disrespectful if people put you down if you're trying to learn. If you're trying to learn the new language and you're not good at it yet, and people give you shit in a demeaning way, as opposed to giving you shit to, like, give you a gentle ribbing and kind of, like, egg you on to, you know, hey, you're doing it, but here's your mistakes. You can get better. I believe in you. That kind of thing. Then that's something different. But a lot of people are just fucking assholes. So I personally don't, like, if you want to move to America and you don't know English, like, yeah, I think you should learn it. Because it's going to help you out in life. But I think that the disrespect comes from the entitled nature sometimes that people have where they won't learn it, where, you know, they won't see a necessity in it. So, right, but you have to do it both. Yes, exactly, Mom. You have to do it. Yes, exactly. I know how to speak bullshit. You and me both, Spence. You and me both. All right. Where's my... Did I buy any of that stuff at the store? It's got to be back in the van, right? I need charcoal. Did I not buy charcoal? I thought I did. Did I put it in the cupboards? Oh, no. Chat, Friends, we can't have any wieners. We can go to the store tomorrow. I can go to Fleetari's as well. Yeah, here, let's do that. Because I need to go buy the car parts anyway. Let me eat a pizza. P-I-Z-Z-A. Get rid of my thirst. I have a little bit more hunger. I'll take care of that later on. Yeah, I thought I bought some. But I guess I suppose I didn't. I don't know. English is my wife's 5th language. She sucks at it, but she still speaks it every day. River's just the fact that she knows 5 languages and has enough brain left to breathe. I don't get how people do that. I will admit, though, that this is coming from a person who is proficient in 4 instruments. So, like, I get it. Like, sometimes you just retain all of that information. Things relate to one another. Blah, blah, blah. Bay, thank you for the 110. I appreciate that. Thank you. But, like, I get it. You know, I get it. It's just I can't empathize with knowing more than one language. I don't understand how that works at all. All right. I have my list here, chat, and we're going to go through one by one and get rid of the things that are low. The alternator needs to be replaced. That is getting set aside. The starter needs to be replaced. I think this is the new one. I'm not risking it. I'll just buy another one. My save file was fucky-wucky, and it's like $200. I don't care. My crankshaft is the #1 item that needs to be replaced. That is getting set aside as well. My fuel pump also needs to get replaced. My gearbox needs to be replaced. My head gasket, holy shit, needs to be replaced. Pistons #1 and 3 need to be replaced. I am replacing every piston. Wait a minute, hang on. These look pretty new. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna... And then when I have a problem with the piston, I'll just replace all of them. You can definitely tell the difference between 1 and 3, though. But I might as well. I've got the 40% discount. It's going to cost the same.
HaLLoW, just buy a new car black for
You know, it's kind of what I'm doing when you think about it. When you think about it, I'm just doing it the harder way. All the pistons have been set aside. The rocker shaft has to be replaced. The water pump has to be replaced, which this is the water pump pulley. That's the water pump. And then I need tuning. These are all of the car parts that I would have had to slowly replace one by one by one by one. I'm glad that I'm doing this right now. Peter, thank you for the posture check. Doing that right now. Thank you for the hydration. Cheers. Hello, plushie. How you doing? Welcome in. It's good to see you tonight. You know, lately I have it in my head that it'll be somewhat easy for me to learn Latin. I took 2 years of Latin in middle school, Mom. I could probably point you in a good direction for that. 100 biddies from Sunset.
So is this now the Satsuma of Theseus?
Does the Satsuma of Theseus have an engine in it? Because I think that's an important one. All right. I think we're looking pretty good. Let me get this guy back over here. Now, the next thing that we need to talk about real fast is the upgraded parts. The upgraded radiator, the upgraded twin carb, the upgraded racing flywheel, the upgraded rally struts, and rally coil springs and rally shock absorbers. I think that's everything. Oh, yeah, that's right. The cylinder. Hang on. This whole thing... I'm assuming that there's nothing on here that needs to be replaced. At least I hope not. It's not on my list if it does have to be replaced. American English is one of the hardest, if not the hardest language to learn. Agreed, probably is the hardest, so I can understand why it takes so long for people to learn it as a second language. Agreed, Cat Mother. English is not learned. English is memorized. And there are many, many examples of inconsistencies within the English language that are constantly pointed out by non-native speakers, because in order to learn a language, you have to learn the rules of the language. And English, there are no rules. There's none. Nothing. I would argue that because of that, it's one of the most frustrating, but also a very expressive language. But then again, you know, I don't know every other language, so I don't know where it lands on the spectrum. I don't know. I saw an awesome video from a YouTuber named Rob Words that explains the history of English and why it's so difficult. Interesting, Riffers. If you find that video, share it in the Discord server. I'd love to watch that, actually. That sounds really interesting. This is the hay bale stream all over again. No, this will be done in 1, 2, 3 streams. Not long at all. Okay, it is late in the day. I am going to eat another pizza, and I am going to go check really fast on the fish. We have a little bit of time, but not enough to get out to TMO because it is 7 p.m. So we're gonna. Oh wait, hang on. I need a 2-stroke. I need 2 2-strokes technically, but I'm gonna bring the one, and we'll bring this one to the island, and then I'll bring another one down to the dock the next time I go. Trip to the store the next day? Yes, no way. Yeah. 3 streams? No fucking way. I think it will be 3 streams, Spence, max. So this stream will be me acquiring all of the parts, trying to get everything together that I can. Before the end of it. And starting to assemble things. And then the next stream is probably just me troubleshooting with fluids and getting the tuning going. And then if everything goes catastrophically wrong, then it would be 1 more stream after that. But I think that's about it. That's my genuine guess. Hey, Donnie. Engine overhaul is going all right. We're done with what we can do for now. Oh, come on now. Where's it at? There we go. We're done with what we can do for now. I need to go get the car parts now. I've got the engine all taken apart, and I have the bad parts set aside. So now I'm going back out to the cabin so I can get the fish trap put into the water, because all of my props and stuff got reset, which means that the camera and the candle, the other firewood thing, like everything is out here on the island. You've been trying to overhaul the engine for the last 3 streams already? Technically, no. Technically, the only stream that I was ready to overhaul the engine on was the previous one when I had the technical difficulties. The other 2 were about preparing for the engine overhaul and getting as much money as I can so I could pay for my post order and the car parts.
Guidelines that guide you to getting everything wrong, because there's always 1,000 exceptions. And then teachers say, sounded out to me saying I did. Thank you very much for your faith that I did my best.
Yup. Yup. She would look at me and say, forget all I taught you last semester. We're starting over. Yup. That's how it goes, Mom. Yup. There's always a different set of rules. There's always something new to learn. Modern English is a combination of Old English, Germanic languages, plus French. But not regular French, Norman French, which was heavily influenced by Vikings, and then straight up Viking influence in Latin. And to top it all off, there was a great vowel shift that made our vowels different from every other European language. Interesting. What HaLLoW is saying is he needs a new engine, and it might be cheaper to HaLLoW to just get a completely ready-to-run engine and put it in, and that would be definitely faster for HaLLoW. No. What would be faster is if I started a new save file. If I just wiped the slate clean and got back into it. That'd be the best thing. That'd be the best thing, hands down. HaLLoW's gaslighting us? There's VODs! What do you mean? My intent was spoken from the beginning. If I eat now, I should be good. What are you going to get, Coffee Rocket? What you going to mow down on? He doesn't have enough money to buy everything first off, so there's just 1 stream of HaLLoW trying to make money. No, I would say about half of a stream. Probably about half of a stream. It doesn't take me that long to do the shit truck job run. And if I chop wood off stream, that's pretty quick. I think it's 6,000. Also, I don't have enough to buy all the car parts. I thought I would, because most of them were just a couple $100. Either way, we're going to find out tomorrow, Spence. We'll figure out. Because at the end of the day, if I don't have enough money, that doesn't mean I don't have enough, like, that doesn't mean I don't buy anything. That just means I don't buy everything. So one fire truck or firewood job could get all of my funds together in no time. Wait, what the fuck? Where's the fireworks? Oh no. Oh no. Wait, are they still back at the garage and I just didn't realize? Along with the camera and the fire thing, the candle? This in here? Oh, we know it. Yay! All right, never mind. We're good. All right, I'm bringing this whole bad mamma jamma back up to my fridge. Buckle up, fishies. It's time to go. All right, put that guy there. You get set. Driving mode. Let's go. Posted the video on Media Share. HaLLoW. Thank you, Rippers. I'll check it out late tonight. That'll be my late night entertainment. What's funny to me is that somehow you all know what I'm trying to say. So you do speak my language. Well, that's the funny part about English, Mom, is that there's room for, like, there's wiggle room where if you get things wrong, like, you can interpret what people mean because it's already incredibly inconsistent. I think context plays a big part of it as well. For example, me walking up to a cashier and saying, I need a shit, that has no context whatsoever. But if you walk up to a cashier and you're like, I need a stray, or some other weird way of pronouncing straw, like they might be able to interpret what it is that you mean. Whereas I was just asking for a big old dookie. That's not what I wanted at all. I'm very glad that she didn't give it to me, though. Very glad that she didn't just take me literally. Hey and hey. Yup. Yup. So I guess the prediction is completed since HaLLoW said he's not getting the engine running today. I mean, I might. You never know. You never know. You'll crash the truck and burn your house down? Let's get real here, HaLLoW. I don't think I will, Spence. I am a seasoned warrior here in Finland. Did I go the wrong way? No, there it is. Okay. I am a seasoned veteran of the Finnish backwoods. I know this place like the back of my hand. Where did my hand go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Got it. We're good. Imagine if she gave you a poop, you'd be so confused. Honestly, I'd probably just blame myself and then never show my face around town again. Watch HaLLoW put the new motor in and it instantly blows up. I guarantee you I will be saving before I start that Satsuma up. And I will save scum the shit out of that engine until I get it right. If something bad happens, I am save scumming to no end. Get out of driving mode, grab these boys, and we'll all run up together to the house. Trying to make their life last as long as possible and minimizing their time outside, because if you guys remember, I did this with a bunch of fish last time and they went bad. They rotted on the grill as they were getting seared. And, well, it's just... Where the fuck are you? This is my domicile. Get out of here. You're not allowed here. Okay. Open trap. Pick fish. Maybe if I picked them one at a time, it would have been better. I wonder if when you pick the fish is when the timer starts for freshness. Okay. Well, we got good time on this one at the very least. Because the way that I did it before was I emptied the fish out there at the cabin. And I ran them up one by one. And that was obviously not a good idea. There we go. All right, nice. Well, I don't have any charcoal, unfortunately, that I can cook with at the moment. So we can't have any fish tonight, but we have a pretty good stockpile of the stuff. Be able to enjoy it another time. Okay. I have my list of things here. I'm just going to double check really fast again. Racing flywheel is this guy, which needs to get swapped out with the flywheel. I can bring that over here. Let me see here. The twin carb will replace the non-twin carb. Which I don't even fucking know what it is. Is it? Where's the carburetor? There it is. Okay, so it's on there. All right, let me grab this guy and bring it up here. Okay. The rally shocks. Rally shock absorber, rally shock absorber. Rally coil spring, rally coil spring, rally strut, rally strut. And then the roll cage. Okay, I have everything. I'm done. I'm done taking it apart. Not putting it together, obviously. But we can do that tomorrow. Let me grab these guys and bring them over here for the time being. Just make sure we don't lose them. And is there anything else that I am forgetting about? I don't think so. I think I'm good. I think I got it all. Okay. Okay. All right, we're done. Also, I can replace out the rocker cover with the with this rocker cover over here, I think. So let me do that really fast. Grab this guy. Bring it back over to the shelf. Good. Good. And good. Okay, chat. We're going to get a good night's sleep tonight. I'm going to wake up tomorrow. We're going to hop in the van. Go out to TMO's. We're going to buy some groceries. Not a lot. Just maybe a little bit. And then we're going to go to Fleetari's. I might even swing by Fleetari's first, just to make sure I don't overspend when I actually get out to Fleetari's. Or TMO's, excuse me. But yeah, I think that about covers it. You got a sausage. All right, bathroom. Meters and bed. Just need to take a shower after that. Did you put the fish in the fridge? Shouldn't they go in the freezer? Cat Mother, that's actually one thing about this game that I'm very surprised about. The freezer is non-interactable. I would have thought that the pizzas and stuff, like, you would have wanted to put those in the fridge. If anything, I think it would have been even cooler to have a frozen variant of food that keeps for even longer but has to be put into the fridge. See, I can't even open it. I don't know why they didn't make that decision. Freezer no worky. Yeah, I think that personally that would have been a wonderful addition to the game, was having a frozen pizza that you could not eat as you were dying of hunger. That would be the perfect troll in this game. Okay, I think we're ready. Nothing else? Let me get the freezer brought back over onto the side since we're not really using it anymore. Probably going to need to bring the engine hoist around in a little bit here. Also going to need to spray paint my my new hood, because we're going to install that after we get the engine in. But I think for now, I'm done, chat. Let's close up shop for the night. What's up, TGR? How you doing? Good to see you tonight. This means HaLLoW is the reason we now have the poop plushie and the fake plastic poop. What did I do? Huh? Okay, and then just to review, I only have Grandma's job right now. Okay, so I'm not going to plug the phone in overnight. But starting tomorrow, when I get back home, I probably should start plugging that in. Okay, I'm ready for bed. No, shower. Sorry. One more thing. One more thing. There we go. Oh, boy, chat. It's been productive. I'm very happy with the progress that we made today. I was worried that taking this fucking thing apart was going to be a hell of a lot harder than it actually ended up being. Not bad. Not bad at all. Obviously, we still got a little bit of work to do. Literally half of the job is putting it back together, getting it back in the Satsuma. We can do it. I believe. I also need to take apart the carburetor. And swap it out with the twin carb. But I can do that pretty easy. I'm going to build it on the engine hoist as well. I think I mentioned that at the beginning of the stream. Not too bad. Just getting ready for my final work trip until July. TGR. Very cool. What do you do for work? Do you mind me? If you don't want to say, that's totally fine. Steffi, thank you for the hydration. Cheers. Thank you, Steffi. And the posture check. Did you mean to leave the light on in the garage, HaLLoW? Yeah, Mr. Gorniak, I always leave it on. For this light right here more than anything. I don't really need to now that I have the work light mod, but yeah, I'll leave that light on overnight. Make sure to keep the front of my house illuminated. So if I ever have to... It sounds stupid, but that's the way that I am IRL. If I have to run out in the middle of the night, or if someone snoops, like, I want it illuminated brightly. Which obviously wouldn't happen because I'm in a very good... Like, I'm not in a bad place, but still, you know, you just try to make smart decisions, that sort of thing. One thing that I do notice at the moment is I don't have any chips. I don't really have anything I can bring with me. So I'm going to get rid of a bunch of thirst. As a matter of fact, I'm also going to eat a little bit more than I need to and drink a little bit more as well. Let me get myself a cup of coffee. That's all? Okay. Well, that's all I have. Back to lurking? Sounds good, Gemini. Pittsburgh for my final Monster Jam show of this tour. Monster Jam! Wait, is that, No, I don't need to do this. I mean, while I'm here, I could do this. Monster Jam, is that Monster Trucks? TGR? Is that Monster Trucks? I've always wanted to see those. Gonna head to bed now. Good night, all. Coffee Rocket, thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. I'll see you in another one, okay? You take care. Okay. Let's go, chat. My meters are literally zeroed out. Oh, wait. Hang on. Let me check what time it is. What time does Fleetari open? Is it 10 or 9? Fleetari, my summer car. 8 a.m. He's open at 8. All right. I was not expecting that. Let's go to Fleetari. Yes, sir. Very nice, TGR. Are you like are you a grip? Are you a mechanic? Are you a I'm using like terminology from stage stuff, but I don't know if they use the same stuff. What do? Do you mind me asking? That's a really interesting job that I have never had anybody have in my chat before. And you have definitely piqued my my curiosity. I like to learn more about what people do. Enjoy your lurk, 208. That's pretty dumb. You have to have the light on inside of the garage for the light to be on outside of the garage. Yeah, they are tied together, Mr. Gorniak. That's okay, though. That's all right. I guess they wanted simplicity in the game, and I can't argue with them there. There's already enough shit to juggle. You can literally die by answering a phone call in the middle of a lightning storm, so I don't mind a little bit of simplification here and there. I used to sleep with my kitchen light on until I installed the LED dot mod. Where's it at? Lights on switches right here. It gives me that little red dot on the light switch so I can see it in the middle of the night. I crew on Gravedigger. No fucking way. This is year 9 of doing this? Damn, TGR. That's fucking sweet, man. Oh, God. As was indicated by the last 3 seconds, I could never do what you do. Never. Nah, for real. I would love to see a monster truck show IRL. I've thought about going in the past, but I've never done it. They have a couple stops in my area, but it's probably all done for the season, I would imagine. You have a very good variety of professionals in your chat. I do, Peter. Like, the community that I have amassed never, like, that's why I like learning about people. It never fails to impress me who stumbles into my stream and decides to stick around for whatever the reason. For a while there, I had, I'm sure that they probably still follow me. I haven't seen them in chat for a long, long time. But I had, like, a bona fide archaeologist who dealt with ancient human civilizations. They sent me an incredibly interesting paper that they had just gotten done writing for, I think it was their doctorate thesis or something like that. Regardless, like, I know that they were going for their PhD. Super fucking smart individual. I tried reading the paper, I got halfway through it, and I realized that I didn't possess the jargon knowledge to appreciate what I was reading or completely comprehend it, because every 3 paragraphs I was going to Google to look up a term. And so they actually affected me in a positive way by causing me to research some of the sources that they used in their paper. So I basically went to their footnotes and to their bibliography, and I just looked for the stuff that I could find on Amazon easily. That was like a standardized text that a lot of people got. And I got some of those and I read them, and I became smarter because of it. Like, I'm still a layman compared to them, but yeah, it's really fucking cool. Really, really cool. That's awesome. Yeah, it really is, Peter. I mean, think about what you do. Like, you're another good example of that. I've just got some really fucking cool people in my chat. I've got one guy. I haven't seen him in a little while, because he's probably really busy. But he owns a multi-state aviation catering business, based out of Florida. Like, flies planes full of food to different, like, massive sporting events and huge venues, huge gigs. It's just wild. Like, it's absolutely wild. When I was in the market for an emote artist, they volunteered to forward me their graphic design team. Like, it's bonkers, the people that are in this community. How smart you guys are. And then you got fucking me. That's pretty dumb. You have to... Oh, wait, I already read that one. I crew for Tyler on Stadium Tour East. Who's Tyler, TGR? Is that like a famous driver, or is that like a name of a monster truck? Yeah, and then we have Doc. Like, low-key, the coolest part about Doc is that not only has Doc changed my mind on stuff, but Doc and I connect on botany. Like, I have been an amateur botanist for... Why am I doing it this way? I have been an amateur botanist for a long time. About as long as I've been a professional musician for. And Doc and I have that in common. Like, it's super fucking cool. Except he's like educated through school. So yeah, just really fucking cool. I'm an educated botanist, yeah. Got some fairly good... Hi, Fast Track. Got some fairly good old truck drivers. Pretty sure you could start a fairly large logistical company with the people in chat. I probably could, in an entertainment wing as well. Not only... Also, hello, Fast Tracks. Good to see you. Not only that, but, like... I've got a ton of first responders, and like at the end of the day, the quality of my community completely outweighs any other dreams and aspirations that I would have on Twitch of like growing the audience size or anything like that. Like, you guys are so fucking cool. You guys are way cooler than I am. And it's good when those type of people remain humble and keep normal lives. I mean, we're all the same. Yeah, we just pick our trades, you know? We just pick the things that we want to do. I don't know. Someday you guys will get to hear my music. That was just one of the trades that I picked to do. It's just one of the things I wanted to do in life. I think it would paint me in a different light for a lot of people out there. So, I'm a professional tricycle stuntman. I believe it, Spence. I mean, you're a demo derby racer, right? We're all the same. I'm just better. Tyler's my driver who's a pain in my ass, but I wouldn't change a thing. Fuck yeah, TGR. Hey, you know what? Those kind of relationships are some of the best. Okay, here we go. One by one, I need, from the top to the bottom, the alternator. Can you turn that down, Fleetari? Starter. The crankshaft. Thank you, by the way. I didn't. God fucking damn it, Fleetari. You know I hate that song. This is emotional distress I'm experiencing. It's like it's a fucking sign or something. Okay, crankshaft. What are we at right now? 16. I just died. Hate this song. Fuel pump. Gearbox. Gearbox. Head gasket.
Yup, definitely cooler than you. Going out in -40 during winter does that to you, Black Fort Potato.
Firefair, thank you. I appreciate the 100 biddies. It never gets that cold around here, that's for damn sure. Piston, 1 and 3, rocker shaft, water pump. All right, let's do the rocker shaft first. We'll do the water pump. Oh, there's more to the song. By this time, I click off the menu. I'm done wallowing in self-pity. Okay, now it's just pistons 1 and 3. I'm at 53. Each piston is 349. I think I'm going to keep it to 1 and 3. Man, my name's Spence, and I think I know how much money HaLLoW has, but I really don't. He doesn't have enough money to buy everything. Meh, 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 meh. Meh, 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 meh. Okay, I only have $400 left. That's not that great, but still. I got to figure out how much fuel I have in the vehicle. I know I have a diesel jerry can back home, but I kind of want to save that for the tractor if I need it, you know? Buy it all, HaLLoW. I mean, I would. I just couldn't afford all of them. Unsubscribe? Yeah, that's what I thought. You get out of here, you go be more humble, and you come back. You go come back when you're more humble. I am way more humble than you. Just open the van to the door? Okay, listen. If God gave you the power to clip through walls, would you use it? Or would you snub your nose at him? Huh? I would use it. What's up, Ice Maniac? How you doing? Could you imagine just me like, whoa, hi, Fleetari, just right through the fucking door? Cheater? I'm not a cheater. I do enjoy pumpkins, though. So we will not be going to TMOs then, chat. Can I? There we go. No clip would be a funny superpower. Could you imagine? Oh my God. I I would Bruce Willis the fuck out of people left and right. Oh, man. That's probably why I don't have that power. I would not wield it responsibly at all. Technically, he's correct. You didn't have enough to buy it all. Yes, I did. Every single thing on my list right here has been purchased. I wanted to buy Pistons 1 and 3 just so that way they would be like, wait, that looked weird in the corner over there. Oh, okay, it's just a shadow. I wanted to buy Pistons 2 and 4 just to make sure that they were all at 100%. But I mean, honestly, if everything goes right on this car, I don't think I'm going to have to worry about tearing the pistons apart. I think it's going to be fine. Drive your van through a wall much more efficient. Could you imagine just like barreling through red lights without a care in the world? Just like all of the stacked up traffic, like, yeah, no clip, baby. So glad you went to check that. That would have driven me insane. Me too, Zypher. I saw it for a brief moment and I was like, oh, I don't know if I like that. All right, nice. We're all done. Thank you, Fleetari. Have a good day. Also, you're welcome about dumping shit on that guy's front porch. It definitely didn't throw me off for an entire day. Wish I had enough bits for Baby Shark. I don't. All right, let's go home. There's no reason to go to TMO's today. We don't have the money to buy things. We have all of our car parts, and we're ready to rebuild the engine. Are the pit? Oh yeah, Hal, you're right. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, the pit covers are here. Thank you for the reminder. There's also another mechanics board here, I think. I don't know if they're in here or if they're around the back. I think they might be around the back. It's a long fucking song. Holy shit. Here they are. Nice. Thank you for the reminder. I appreciate that, Hal. Wasn't the oil pan bad? No. Oil pan was at like 90%. Oil pan was doing all right. Basically anything I think that was under 60%. I think I've said 40 for a little while now, but I'm pretty sure that I use 60 as the cutoff. So there are a couple things that might not do so hot if I drive the Satsuma too much, but my plan is to mainly fit the Satsuma out for the rally race and nothing else. I want to do the rally race. I want to pick up the new girlfriend whenever her boyfriend dies of an unfortunate accident that definitely will not be my fault or involve a 1911. And then I think after that, I'll probably just be driving the van and the truck around. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Water.
The rally race is going to kill it. I hope not, Kane, but I will be taking some practice spins. Like trying to, learn how to drive it. Barack Obama Llama Ding Dong with the damn trifecta. Okay, you know what? You know what, Barack? I'm going to pull over and get you your damn dad jokes right now so I don't forget about them. How about that? How about that? Look at me. Accommodating. Premeditated murder, HaLLoW. I specifically said it would not involve me. I'm getting ahead of the accusations. My best friend's wife ended up giving birth to their son in the backseat of their car. He named the kid Carson. When my daughter was younger, she used to swallow pocket change and coins all the time. I've definitely seen some change in her. What makes a really good tongue twister? Well, it's really hard to say. There's your dad jokes, Barack. I hope you enjoy. I'm off to bed. Night chat, TGR. Thanks for sharing some stuff with us. You have yourself a really good night, okay? I will see you in another one. Take care. Have fun on your final stop on the tour. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your rest. And I'll see you when I see you. You got another book somewhere? I have so many books, it's embarrassing. There's a whole section on my bookshelf that is dedicated to dad joke books. The oil pan and the engine block are going to be fine until HaLLoW drives the car for the first time? No. No, I'll probably just drop them on my way to walking over to the car with them. Just dent the fuck out of them. HaLLoW's going to fuck the car up so bad in the rally race that he's going to need to build the engine again? No, I'm going to save scum. And then I'm going to redo the rally race. I'm going to behave as if I'm not going to save scum, but if I crash that shit, you bet your ass I'm going to save scum the fuck out of that. I will Alt F4 as I am flying through the sky before my screen turns red and I die. That's how you know HaLLoW is an old man. What did I say? Okay, but maybe put this one in a drawer and forget about it, you know? All right, Gremlin, fair enough. He's just going to make access windows in the block. Listen, it's for visibility. Oh, a shelf with dad jokes. No, honestly, like, I try not to shift blame, but it's 100% your guys' fault why I do this. I had nothing to do with it. I know a guy who actually named his children Carmine, Carlisle, and Carson. Really? Were they like a mechanic? What is save scum? So Killfire save scumming in a game is a term that people use for creating a save file before you do something that is risky, and when you fail, reloading the save. So, for example, I save scummed my Hitman playthrough so that way I could do a bunch of fun, wacky shit. So what would happen is I would be in a particular moment when I was coming up with a plan, and before I enacted that plan, I hit a save file. And if I failed the plan, then I would load that save file, and I would try it again from that same moment of time. Like, basically just rewind the clock 5 minutes. Some games are easier to save scum on than others. Like, some games will allow you to create a save file, like, in the world. Others have a designated spot where you have to save at. My Summer Car is an example of that, where I would have to create a save file at the toilet. And then if I save scum, I have to drive all the way back out to the rally race, you know. I don't like to call it that. I prefer it save fun. That's a really good way to put it. There's moments where I don't have any shame in save scumming. I try not to do it as much on stream, just because I know that sometimes leaning into the chaos is funny. But when it comes to this game, it's just so goddamn punishing. And it's sometimes so ridiculously unfair that I don't mind save scumming at all in this game. I use mods, you know. I play like 95% legitimately. It's the 5% where I'm totally fine with giving myself a small advantage over the fuckery that happens in My Summer Car. I believe it was your mom's fault. She was the one that got you your first dad joke book. You remember that, Mr. Gorniak? Yeah, actually, it was 2 years ago on Christmas. I was streaming on Christmas that night because I like to stream on those big holidays after I get done hanging out with my family, so that way I can provide entertainment for anybody who doesn't have some place to be. And my mom gave me a dad joke book, and we just told dad jokes that night while I played Hitman and ran around as Santa Claus, and I allegedly murdered people. That was actually a really funny night. I was dressed up as Santa Claus as Agent 47, and I would walk behind people with fiber wire, and I'd be like, "You better watch out," and then I'd kill them. And then I walk behind another person and go, "You better not cry," and I'd kill him too. It's unfair that you left the stove on and burn your own house down. I mean, no. I didn't save scum that time, Spence. See, there are moments where I will save scum. For example, the rally race. after spending all of that time to get my car put together, I don't mind save scumming if I fuck up the rally race or if I want to try for a better time. But I didn't save scum the house burning down. I think if you recall, I actually spent the next 5 streams trying to recover from it and moving out to an apartment and modding my game. So no, it was not unfair that that happened. That was completely and totally my fault. But if I want to create content on the game, I think there's a dance, you know? There's a little balance. Please tell us how that playthrough went for you again, HaLLoW. That's exactly my point. That is precisely my point. I lived with that playthrough for as long as I could, Spence. And then I didn't save scum it. I started a new save file. And then I started save scumming. HaLLoW should have saved scum before peeing in the radiator. That would have saved us all a lot of time. Yeah, like and I leaned into that. I thought that was really fucking funny. I thought that was hilarious that I fucked up my whole save file. Wait, hang on. I fucked up my whole save file just because I wanted to make a joke, and then I lived with it, you know? Trooper Miller, hello. You still play 5M? I don't at the moment. I've got some fun things in the works, but I don't have any real plan. Oh God. Oh God. I'm Help! 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 I'm stuck! Help! Okay, there we go. I have some fun things in the works right now, but I don't play it right now. Trooper Miller. Even when I do start playing it again, it won't be a focus of my content. I'm variety. I play whatever I can get my hands on. So if I do go back to 5M, it'll probably be, you know, like any other game, it'll be a phase where it's really prominent and then it'll fall off and I'll start playing some other stuff. So, but no, the things that I'm involved with right now, I can't even say that I'm helping with them. The things that I'm involved with right now, I'm very excited for. And I think that they're going to be really fucking cool. But nothing to report just yet. Can we leave the Satsuma on the railroad tracks again, please? I will consider doing that before I sign off of my summer car permanently. I will legitimately consider putting my Satsuma on the railroad tracks and ending stream right before the train hits just to piss you guys off because I think that would be fucking hilarious. We're all excited about that. Me too, Peter. I'm excited about that too. All right, here we go. We're going to lay out the new parts one by one. I've just been going back watching the old ass DOJ vids. Nice, Miller. I hope you enjoy them. I won't ever join those guys again. Those guys are very different off stream, and I don't like that a lot. I have some other people that I'm working on, with right now, and I'm looking forward to role playing with them. Yeah, I'm a pretty easygoing guy. It takes a lot to get under my skin, but there comes a certain point where it's, you know, just time to move on. So I won't be back in DOJ. I won't be in OCRP. I won't be in any of that stuff. So, no, don't do us like that, HaLLoW. Are you kidding? That would be the perfect end of my summer car. As a matter of fact, the only way that it could get better is if I ended it the same way that the Breakfast Club ended, and I just ended on a freeze frame. My God, I need to figure out how to do that now because I think I might actually do that. No, yes, I want to do it more now. I want to do it more. You still talk to King? Oh, fuck yeah. I love King. He's like one of my best friends, online content creator friends. I don't get to talk to him as much as I want to. Sometimes I feel like I pester him when I message him a lot. And he's also really busy right now. He's working a day job. He's not streaming full time anymore. He wants to buy a house in Colorado. So he's just like, he's busting his ass trying to get a lot of money together. I think before that as well, he was like he was wanting to supplement his income from streaming as well. Because after Sot died, I think things kind of fell off a little bit. In terms of like audience retention and whatnot. And so he got a job at a dispensary. And he's been fucking killing it and making some good money and been setting money aside to get a house and make a big move across the country. And so I don't want to, bug him. But we actually together are working on something right now. That's going to be a lot of fun. I kind of want to tell you guys what it is. It involves GTA, but at the same time, I don't want to ruin the surprise. I have a lot of time to work on it. But yeah, King is, he's a wonderful person. I love him. Schedule 1 IRL. I haven't touched SOT in forever. Kane, did you come? Remind me, did you come in on my SOT streams? Was that kind of when you started watching me? Or is that like your, is that your game? Or was that, I guess I should say that, your game of choice? Yes? Yeah, so Kane, yeah, dude. Like, King is a really fucking good guy. King is, there are a handful of people that are the same off stream as they are on stream. King is one of those. King, there's no fakeness behind King. There's TNT. Thank you for the gifted sub. Kane, enjoy, my friend, enjoy. Thank you very much, TNT. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you. King is the worst. King is an acquired taste. I'm kidding. I actually, here's the story behind how I met King. So I was looking for fun content creators to follow in the Sea of Thieves streaming sphere, because I was just breaking out into the, I wanted to play more of the game. I wanted to become more skilled at the game. And I wanted to meet new crews to sail with, because at the time I was sailing with Ryan, and he just like, he was getting really fucking salty. He took it too seriously. He wasn't there. Okay, listen, I don't want this to come out the right way, but if you're going to take it seriously, you better be good. Otherwise, then you're just raining on everybody's parade. He called stream sniping on every fucking guy that would come up and sink us. And one night, that mentality got to me. And after that stream, that was the night where I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not gonna do it anymore. As much fun as it was, it's not fun anymore. I'm gonna move on. And so I wanted to find new people. I found some big streamers that I was just like watching to learn the game from. And then I started scrolling down the list to find people that were a little bit more in line with my viewer count. You know, people I might possibly be able to collaborate with or befriend, who might be able to show me the ropes. And, you know, it could be a mutually beneficial thing because I have an audience, they have an audience. You know, we're both streamers. We're both like-minded content creators. I found Katie Pierce. And Katie, if any of you guys know Katie, her and I have a very, very similar personality, especially when it comes to streaming. Like, we're both loud, we're both fun, we're both jubilant, we're both, I don't know how to describe it, but we're very, very similar. And so I immediately jived with Katie. I was like, this is fucking cool. I like this stream a lot. And then, I remember where it happened. It was, what is the fucking the name of that island that has the two spires, that like spiral up? I think it's like twin mast or twin spires or something like that. You might know what it is, Kane. It's like, it's the map that has two very vertical towers and then a bunch of rocks around it. And it's in the wilds. It's in the ugly ocean. Ancient Spire. That might, yes, but I forgot the name. I don't know if it's Ancient Spire. It's two of them. It might be Ancient Spire, but it's two of them. So anyway, I remember that Katie was like dodging this guy through the rocks and like weaving and bobbing and, you know, doing a really fucking good job. And all of a sudden, I just hear the voice through the comms be like, they're both dead. I was like, ooh, who's that? She's playing with someone. And then he came back to the ship and shot the nastiest cannons that I had ever seen. The other boat recovered. He was like, send me! He jumps out, like flies through the air, does his king thing, hi-yah, hi-yah, with his sword. I'm like, I fucking love this guy. So I went and I looked him up, trying to figure out who he was because they didn't have channel tags in the title back then. And there wasn't a crew command, so I had no idea who she was playing with. So I just went down the list one by one until I found someone in the streaming category that was playing in the same area. Lo and behold, it was King. And I lurked in his stream for a couple days. Like, I hid my partner badge because I didn't want to. I was like, this dude seems really fucking cool. I want to know this guy. He was really, like, personable, relatable. He helped me out a lot with my questions. And then I can't remember how it ended up working out, but one day I just subscribed to him for like tier 3, like 6 months in advance with my partner badge on. I was like, hey, we should play the game together sometime. What do you think? Squire and I set up our first sale. then we got together. It was back in the day when he was still playing with a guy named Gat Crew, who ended up being like a womanizing piece of shit. So we stopped playing with him, and then that's when King and I started getting together regularly during the day for early morning streams. And I enjoyed King's company so much that I altered my schedule on one day, and I streamed for 8 hours on that one day just so I could hang out with him. Gat Crew was horrible. I tried to tell him to stop long before it happened. Yeah, he got really conspiratorial and just like really fucking weird one day on stream. And I remember being like, is this who Gat Crew is? Like, I thought he was better than that. And that's when I realized that I think King tolerated him a lot because they had kind of grown together. And I could relate to King on that a lot because of the way that I was with Ryan. Ryan said some shit out of stream that I was just like, I don't agree with that at all. Like, I don't know. It changes the way I look at you now. He said things about me. He said things about other people. And I was just like, I don't fucking like that at all. And so I could relate to King on that aspect. And when he kicked Gat Crew to the curb, I let King know about my experiences with Code Zero and with Ryan. And we kind of bonded over that. And that's how King and I became really good friends. Like, we were just, we felt like we had been like faked by some other people. We had been, you know, I don't know how to put it, but I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. Like, we were misled. And like, I always tried to see the good, but there was always some bad shit that happened that made it really difficult for me to keep seeing the good. So, yeah, Slothy was wonderful. She, her and I were chatting the other day, actually. Slothy's great. She invited me to participate in like some bingo thing. I can't give her an answer about it right now. I got to get on the other side of the Nala things and figure out what's going on with her. Make sure that she's doing okay. But yeah, Sunset, have a good night. Thank you very much for hanging out. Enjoy the VOD. Enjoy. I was huge in, with all the SOP people way back in the day. That's how I met King playing TDMs during NAL. Wait, you were in NAL TDMs, I fear? Are you a sweat? I haven't touched a game in about a year. It's been even longer for me. Katie's stream got me through grand jury duty. Really, Riffers? Katie, you know, I looked her up about a month ago because I remembered her out of nowhere. I was like, I haven't seen her stream in a while. I wonder what she's up to. And she sent out a tweet. God, it must have been about a year ago now at this point, where she said something along the lines of she wanted to come back to content creating, but she didn't know how to do it. I should probably reach out to her because I have a very similar experience with that. I took some breaks over the course of my streaming career that ended up being longer than they should have been because I didn't know how to come back into it. And what occurred was I literally just one day decided, fuck it. Like, enough is enough. You know, I got to get back up on the saddle. And sure enough, I fired up my stream and everybody was here. So I don't know if I can, you know, I don't know if she still has that line of thinking. Like I said, she tweeted that a long time ago, but I don't know. Maybe I might reach out and just share her my experience of taking a prolonged absence from streaming. You know, I don't know. See if it sheds a little bit of light on, you know, sometimes you just gotta go for it. Everyone's going to be waiting for you, I guess, is the best thing that I'm trying to say. So, sorry I'm late, but I'm here. What's up, Thin Blue Line? Welcome in. And I really did enjoy the game, by the way, too, BKS. Some of my favorite sales were with Slothy. I'll never forget that one guy that ran from us for like an hour, and he kept like hanging off of our ladder. Because we were chasing him, he'd just jump off the ship and jump up on the ladder, and I'd be like, "Are you afraid of a widow swoop, Mr. Brigg? Where are you going? Turn around and fight us." We eventually caught him after like 2 hours, blasted his ass to the bottom of the ocean, got all of his loot together, and tried to make it for golden hours so that we could get a little bit more, or whatever it was called, gold and a half or whatever it is. Out of that whole group, I only watch Bugs and Ryan once in a while. I'd much rather watch you and King. Thanks, Kane. Yeah, Bugs was also very different outside of stream, but Ryan just said some shit that I don't know. I thought I was misunderstanding the situation back in the day, and so I always tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I used to always call him, like, you know, good bean and whatnot, but my view of that changed very rapidly towards the end. He basically admitted to taking my spot in Code Zero, and then just completely fucked me over anytime that we were going to get together and hang out as a group. So he would invite me to go play Overwatch with him and the guys, and I'd be around, and I'd send a message, and there was no response ever, except for like an apologetic one the next day, like, oh, sorry, man, I forgot. It's like, no, you fucking didn't. So, HaLLoW, that was the reason why I was a little bit hesitant, because we all know the story of those servers, but knowing the whole new project, I got on board. Yeah, Peter, that's part of the reason why I've stayed away from the scene for quite a while. It's not just because of my experiences, but also because I don't want people to think that I'm just going to go back willy-nilly to playing with those guys. I think a lot of people know that, though. I've been very outspoken about that over the course of my streaming career, and I think people get it. You know, it's not anything out of the ordinary. It's not new news to most people. Some people, it's new news. It's new, you know, things that they haven't heard. But if, you know, for the people that are here for most nights, they know how I feel. They know what happened. So, I miss all them old SOT people. Yeah, you were NAL, Zypher. Wow. Even sometimes on stream, Ryan would say something that would have me questioning my viewership. Yeah, he's a bit of a hothead. He, like, if memory serves, I don't remember the specifics about it, but the reason why he got out of DOJ is because, like, he doxed some guy that, like, trolled him on his stream, and he, like, posted his Steam profile to his chat and, like, told people to, like, go hate on him or something like that. When that happened, I was like, really? I thought that it was just an immature moment, but then the more that, like, I started talking with him, after that happened, the more I started to realize, like, wow, you know. There is a lot that's changed from back in those days, Kane. Yeah, a whole lot. So, used to do NAL as a fill-in. Did a lot of TDMs with the crews, mostly with King and Maxor. Nice, I fear. I didn't know that you were NAL. That's really fucking impressive, man. You must have been fucking cracked. You must still be cracked at the game. Some talk about 5-year break from YouTube. I'm talking about Twitch, Colin, specifically. I would argue that those are the guys that ruined YouTube for me. They gave me a bunch of people that don't want to watch me unless I'm with those guys. Diesel! Oh my good golly gosh. Hello, Diesel. 14 fucking months. It was the greatest server and entertainment ever, but some egos were way too big that destroyed it all. Yeah, that is the best way to put it. And some people were just total scumbags. Polecat was a piece of shit and eventually got outed as an even worse, more grotesque piece of shit. Like, and honestly, that's why I was the first one to leave. Typically, I'm the first one in most situations where, like, if shit's going awry, I'm the first one whose hackles go up and I'm out the door before anybody else. And that's exactly what happened with DOJ. I was out before anybody else. So I saw that shit coming from a mile out. I always got a bad feeling about Polecat. He just constantly fucking talked about drugs and just illicit things that I didn't like. And it was just not, he didn't strike me as a good guy, who felt lucky to have what he has, you know? And he fucked it all up. You look at where he's at now. He fucked it all up. So, that's how it goes though. You reap what you sow. Is she still streaming? No, she hasn't streamed in a long time. Man is not bothered by real problems so much as his imagined anxieties about real problems. That deserves the applause. That deserves applause, Fire Ferret. Still kind of watch Bugs every now and again. Yeah. Him and Bugs still do OCRP. That doesn't surprise me. Bugs needed a replacement for Polecat. Probably not. I haven't played in like 2 years. Really, Zypher? After the mermaid stuff, it started going downhill. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Is Bugs okay or not? We all have our own opinions of people, Trooper Miller. My opinion of someone shouldn't dictate your opinion of them. But my experiences will always dictate like my opinion of someone. The way that I remember Bugs is him forgetting my unit number and never really responding to me when I wanted to do some stuff. Like, if I would ever extend an invite, he was always very reserved. And then I have to look at after the fact, after I made my decision, after I moved on from everything, how much he knew about Polecat being who Polecat is. And then just kind of brushing past it and getting Ryan on board, you know? Like, that really makes me... Like, either you're completely oblivious and you had no idea, which I don't find believable at all because they hung out every fucking day. Like, they were best friends IRL. Or you did know and you ignored it. Like that, I don't know. we all have our own views of people. We all have our own experiences of people. And frankly, even though my opinion doesn't really matter, Zach was the coolest fucking one out of the whole entire group. Zach was a down-to-earth, really neat guy. Some of my favorite memories of Code Zero was hanging out on a Discord call with him for like 8 hours, just shooting the shit. He was the only one that I felt really took a great interest in me, and being my friend. So that's actually something that I've never said before. Zach was a real one. And it's part of the reason why I still try to interact with him from time to time, especially if it's like him posting a video and I just leave a comment. I don't really do it nowadays because I don't want to, like, I know he's doing his own thing and I don't want to. Yeah, I think he was pretty sad about Code Zero falling apart because it was a really great group of people. I think he was one of the few people that recognized that I was trying to pull it back together. When I got added into that group, I knew, before I even was being considered to be into the group, I knew that it was on the rocks because I asked Jeff about it on a couple occasions. And I was like, why does Polecat never talk in the videos anymore? And that was all I had to say. The whole can of worms opened up. He just told me almost everything. And so when they invited me to be part of the group, I took it as kind of my prerogative to find a way to gel everyone back together and bring it back to what I loved watching before I even uploaded my first YouTube video. So, yeah. What's DOJ? Gemini? DOJ is like NoPixel, but it's a different server. And it all was ran by one guy who had a horrific ego and ruined everybody's scenes that he was a part of because it was all about him. There was one instance that really sealed the deal for me leaving DOJ. I had already left. I also wasn't part of OCRP at the time. It was after I fell out with OCRP. And I joined Polecat stream because it was recommended to me on Twitch and curiosity, you know, just wanted to see what was going on. He got into a chase and he was going down whatever the highway is that runs east and west leading into Sandy Shores. Like the one that splits off, you know, you can go to the right and go down that main street and keep going to the freeway, or you can go to the left and go like dead center in Sandy Shores. I can't remember the name of it. 13, there you go. So he was going down that way. He was going eastbound, and he got pulled over by a state trooper for, I think it was speeding or something like that. And the state trooper was just doing his job. Like Polecat was speeding, deserved to get pulled over. And I've never seen him more combative. He absolutely raged, completely broke character without the trooper really realizing it. And the trooper pulled a taser on him and took a step back, and Polecat kept advancing on him with real anger, like real life anger. And it was late at night, like in the world, I think a late at night stream as well. He gets out and he starts advancing on the trooper. Trooper pulls the trigger on the taser. Polecat goes down. Doesn't roleplay the taser at all. I just hear him do that on his desk. And I was like, oh my God. And I remember he did that one time with me when I argued with him about me using the DOJ logo in my thumbnails. And I was like, holy shit. Like, this is genuine. Like, he has anger problems. This is real. And the trooper didn't realize it. He's still calling it in. Polecat hops on the police radio, changes his lobbies around in the team speak. It's like 22. At this point, like, there's tons of cops on the scene because the trooper called in, like, taser deployed, need backup, 1099. This guy's charging me, blah, blah, blah. I think I remember. Some people might. I don't know who was there that night, but he had like 500 viewers or something like that. And I remember him becoming livid, just like furious with this guy. And I remember thinking to myself, bullet dodged. Good job, HaLLoW. You left. You got out before the fire really started to rage. You saw him for what he was, and you moved on with your life. So it was a live stream. It was, yes. It wasn't a video. It was a live stream. And I remember clipping a lot of those segments, and then a week later, Polecat deleted all of his clips. It was one of those things that I wanted to save for posterity. Just like, that was a really shitty thing that happened. And, if people start dogpiling on Polecat one day and saying how he's a bad guy and he wants to push back against it, well, I have my experiences, I have my things that he did to me. So, I don't know. it was a very disappointing time to realize that I had helped build something that was destined to fail because of who the leader was. And this is another big thing that I like to talk about on stream sometimes. You have the ability to either build your own empire or somebody else's. There is nothing wrong with building somebody else's empire. You just better make damn well sure you know who's in charge and who they are before you really start leaning into it, because you might be endorsing someone that ends up being, you know, accused of doing some really heinous shit. And like I said, I never got a good feeling about Polecat, so I was confident in my assumption that things were a lot worse than what I knew, and I was 100% right. Even if I was wrong, even if the accusations are wrong, I don't care. He still is a piece of shit, you know? That happened too at LSIA when he was escaping a scene and he threatened the LEO saying, I'm going to start taking badges. At that point, stop following him. That's a bunch of bullshit, Peter. Yeah, and you know what, dude? Some of my favorite people to roleplay with on that server were law enforcement. They weren't civilians. Don't get me wrong. There were a lot of civilians I had a lot of fun with on there. But like, if you go back and you watch my series, which Trooper Miller, you said you said that you were watching my old DOJ videos. If you guys go back and you watch them, you're going to notice a pattern. There are a lot of the same cops in my videos. That is not an accident. I looked at who was patrolling when I would log on. If Polecat was on, I wouldn't even log on. But I would look at who was where, in what department, and I would think of a scene for them. I would legitimately, it wasn't my video. I mean, I would have my ideas for my video, but I would bring my notepad, which has all the ideas on it. Back in the day, I had like a notepad of like 500 or something ideas. And I would go one by one, and I would tailor them to individuals who were in specific jurisdictions, so that way they could get some interactive role play and they could have a lot of fun. A good example of that, I believe Kevin was his name. He was a state trooper who, I don't believe English was his first language. I don't want to make assumptions about where he was from, but I'm pretty sure that English wasn't his first language. And he was always such a pleasure to role play with. And he was the only state trooper on that night. And I did the scene where the car runs off the side of the freeway and gets its tire stuck, and it's like hanging there. He had no fire. He had no EMS. It was only him. And I thought to myself, I'm going to throw you a curveball tonight, Kevin. I hope that's his name. I hope I'm getting it right. I pride myself on having a good memory, but I'm probably going to fuck it up because I repressed a lot of shit from DOJ days because some of it was really toxic behind the scenes. And I remember how in-depth he went on the role play where he was like hooking up his hitch to my car and like trying to pull me back and like guiding me with how I would turn the wheel, like all kinds of shit, all kinds of really, really just he was in it. And then me being me, the hitch snapped. Oops. My car's too heavy. Uh-oh. Because I knew that would give him something more to role play out. And what did he do? He immediately banged a Yui on the interstate, dodging civilian traffic, local traffic, gets down on the off-ramp or whatever, like bangs a Yui, finds out where I'm at underneath the overpass, and starts administering medical attention. You know? I've been around for so long, I remember all that. I remember all of that too, Packer fan. I have so many good memories of people on that server. And all of it was just trashed by one piece of trash. You know? One mold spore that just spread throughout the rest of the community. And it disappointed me so, so much. Because that was a really good thing. That was a wonderful thing. And if anything, that, like I said, just goes to show that people usually, if they have glimpses and flashes of being a different person on stream, if they revert to this really hateful individual, if they have those snaps, they are a different person out of stream. They are. Like, the snaps that like, the shifts that happen with me is what's happening right now. When I go from wacky playing video games to hyper-focusing on another subject and just wanting to talk about it for a little bit. So, his assholery was evident through his own editing. I'll actually give you guys another fun little tidbit that that I don't think a lot of people know. I don't know if I've ever said this before. Polecat regularly requested that I edit out specific segments of him saying this or that in my videos so it would make him look better. And guess what? I never fucking did. Because if I am recording, if I am rolling, and you decide to be a piece of shit, I'm going to publicize that. I will keep it the way that it is. And my community will see you for who you are. They will see you as I see you. I will not do your makeup for you in my mirror. So, sorry I opened the can of worms about DOJ. Honestly, I don't think you did, Trooper. I think I did that on my own because I related King's experience with Gat to my experience with Ryan and Code Zero. I think it was all me. So don't even apologize about it at all. If anything, blame Kane. I'm fucking with you, Kane. I'm kidding. He said that to a lot of people. Oh, yeah, he used to say it in the Code Zero group all the time. That's where a lot of the examples come from. He asked me personally twice on the 2 videos that I recorded with him and Alex. And you want to know what's funny? Is that when we actually recorded those 2 videos, which I believe I've privated. I don't think you can see them anymore. But he actually confused Alex and I multiple times. And I remember giving him shit for it. Like, you don't even know who I am. But it really came from a real place of like, you genuinely don't even know who I am, do you? Like, do you? Yeah, Gemini, a server can flip on a dime, and it's usually all because of, it usually is all because of the leadership. By the way, Packer fan, I read your message, but I didn't say hi. Have a hello. Welcome in. Happy Monday. Yeah, me too, Kane. Me too. Part of the reason why I stopped following him was because he promised me. No, he didn't promise me. I should use that word. I shouldn't use that word because he didn't promise me. He said that things would be different in an OCRP. That Polecat was not around, and Polecat was the one that forbade me from being involved in the group, in the trio that they did all of their stuff in, right? He said Polecat's not around, we'll be able to play together more. We did 2, if memory serves, 2 things together on OCRP. And it was, you know what? No, one of them was not on OCRP. It was on DOJ. I think we did only one thing together on OCRP. I was never really included. I was never really, you know, I just felt excluded at everything. And it was, you know, it just was what it was. So, you'll see me here more often. Thanks, Trooper Miller. Hey, listen, if you like 5M, man, you go find a great 5M channel out there. You know what? I love entertaining people, but you find what you are most entertained by, and it won't hurt my feelings if it's not me. Barack, by the way, thank you very much for the gifted sub. Trooper Miller, you are officially a member once again of the HaLLoW following. Enjoy the emotes and the ad-free viewing. All courtesy of Barack Obama, Llama Ding Dong, and their generosity. HaLLoW, while I missed the DOJ videos, I'm so glad you got away from that negativity and done better than him. I mean, quantifiably, I think I've done better in some ways. I haven't surrounded myself with people that I resent. That's nice. I like going to work. I like entertaining my community. I like giving back to you guys. I don't know. It just always was a mismatch from the beginning, I think. So, I don't think Zach collabs anymore, but I'd kill to see you two playing something together again. One of my favorite experiences playing GTA 5, if you guys go to my channel and look up GTA 5, the SAPDFR. One day, Zach and I were hanging out. Prophet was there. Prophet also turned out to be kind of actually, he turned out to be a big prick. But Zach and I were hanging out, and we just started role-playing and having some fun. And I hit record. I asked him, I was like, do you mind if I hit record? And he's like, no, go for it. And we had some really funny scenes together. Dak was such a creative. He still is. I shouldn't say was. He still is. He doesn't make a lot of content nowadays, but like he's like me. He wants to get back into it. But I think that there's an apprehension for the same reason I have an apprehension. Every time I go back into making content, people are like, go do OCRP, you know? So, yeah. The only one I watch, to be honest, on OCRP is Brain Gap. Brain Gap's a good guy. I like Brain Gap. Brain Gap and I talk a lot out of stream. He's a good dude. I've been blacklisted from OCRP. Yeah, but so I stopped OCRP when my friends got banned from OCRP for not logging on. When the last time that they logged on was also the last time that I logged on. Nicole did it. And she knew that they were my friends. And she still banned them anyway. And that was kind of the moment where I was like, okay, I'm... Like, I wasn't role-playing on the server, but now I'm really out. That's when I left the Discord server. That's when I was like, I'm fucking done. You had one guest appearance on OCRP a couple years ago. It was the last gasp of Chai P. Yes, Riffers. That was with Bugs and Ryan, and I invited them to do some stuff not that long after, and I never got a response. Ryan invited me to hang out and play Overwatch with all those guys, and he flaked on me twice. It was just more of the same old. So, like, I'm glad that you guys had a last little fun hurrah with Chai P of us, you know, like, hiding in a bush and, like, fucking around, and I think Bugs was Chet or something like that, but the moment that that stopped, it went right back to all the same stuff. And it just told me that that's how it is, you know? It's not a circumstance of anything other than them. It's not the server that they're on because they moved from DOJ to OCRP. It's not the people that they hang around. They got rid of Polecat, and that night it was just Ryan and Bugs and I. It is a symptom of their desire to interact with me. That's fine. Like, I'll move on from that. I'm just not going to try anymore. He promised viewers that OCRP would be different too. I personally don't think anything has really changed. Gremlin, I would argue that the only thing that changed is they did Florida stuff so that they wouldn't be considered DOJ. Also, he promised me that it would be different, and every single one of my ideas was looked over. I talked to Jeff about it. Jeff told me to talk to Dave about it. Dave didn't do anything about it, and the server suffered, and I left because of that. So, I feel bad for people watching this on an OLED. The garage is burned in now. You guys are gonna have fucking Hawk to spit on that thing on your TV for the rest of forever. Oh man. Hey, Zypher, you have a good night. Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. Go get some rest, okay? You entertain me, love shooting the shit with people and meeting new people and people that actually interact with chat. Trooper Miller, that's like my whole thing. You guys are real people. Like, I know shit about my chat. I love talking with you guys. If I didn't want to talk to people, I'd just go back to making YouTube videos. I don't understand streamers that don't interact with their chat. Some of my favorite streamers that I watch late at night are 1,000-viewer streamers that read their chat. They're fucking wonderful. Like, yeah, they're great. Oh my God, TNT, what the fuck? Halibut! Oh my God! Mommy shark, don't make me do this. Mommy shark, Daddy shark. God damn it, TNT! Why? 10,000 biddies! Grandma Shark died. Grandma Shark dies every time. She's supposed to be resting post-op in bed, and she dies because you get her out of bed to sing the fucking song again. TNT, dude, 10 fucking thousand biddies, man. That is TNT. You've been donating that a lot, and it almost makes me want to include the entire Baby Shark song. Almost. Can I please get some blankies in my chat? 10,000 biddies is a lot of biddies, chat. That's $100. And that costs more for TNT to send it because fucking Jeff Bezos has to get a cut. TNT, thank you, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you. Chat, I know a lot of you guys out there have heard me talk about this ad nauseum at some points. There's obviously a lot that I haven't said because I still find shit to say that I haven't said before every time we talk about it. But I just appreciate you guys tolerating the fact that sometimes I have to talk about it when new people come in. That is the big difference between me and them. They take the PR approach where they just kind of brush it off, and they, in my opinion, disrespect their viewers by not being open and honest with them. Like they were with the dissolution of Code Zero. Like a lot of them just glossed over it, didn't really talk about it. They didn't let other people have their say when they made that Mud Runner video or whatever it was. Yeah, I will never do that to you guys. If I'm feeling something, you're going to fucking know it, okay? I'm not high and mighty. I'm not out here fucking, you know, thinking that keeping secrets from you guys is, you know, a good thing. So I'm always going to have my heart on my sleeve for you guys, okay? I would think less of you if you took the PR approach, to be honest. I think every person in my chat would feel the same way, Doc, and I'll tell you why. It's because I have run my community vastly differently than all of the other people in that group have. I feel like I have a commitment to you guys to be the best that I can be. And if I fall short of that, I feel bad personally. Like, it's just who I am at my core. I won't lie. I won't brush over shit like that. If things don't work out, you know. You mean you talk to yours? Yeah, I know, right? What an interesting concept. Isn't you feeling something against TOS? Oh, emotional feelings. Yes, Catman. I'm not cheating at chess over here. Hi, Catman. How you doing, man? Welcome in. Welcome in. We've been reminiscing about good times. But yeah, seriously. Trooper Miller, hey, you have a good night. Congrats again on your gifted sub. Hope you enjoyed shooting the shit. I'll be back tomorrow with some Telltale, The Walking Dead. I'll be off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday, Thursday are my days off usually. And Friday, I have a very early vet appointment with Nala. She's going to get anesthetized and get some scans and a biopsy and a couple things done. And my streaming schedule will be determined based on the outcome of that procedure. Also, TNT coming in with a gifted sub. Packer fan, you're no stranger. Welcome back into the Hall of following emotes and ad-free viewing, all courtesy of TNT and their generosity. Thank you, TNT. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know if our friend shared you a couple of the things I created for the project, but I'll send it to you, and they're going to pump you up. Ooh, Peter. Okay. All right. I haven't talked to him in a little while. I know he's busy right now. But yeah, I got to reach out to him. Congrats, Packer. Enjoy. You don't have to watch those stinky duty butt ads anymore. They are gone. No more getting interrupted. Completely unrelated, but somebody is selling a husky border collie puppy for $300 on Facebook. What the fuck? Literally. What? For real though, chat. Listen, I knew I wasn't going to get the engine put together today. I figured we could all just do it, you know, on another day. I got to do the upgraded parts anyway. I was enjoying the conversation as well. And I think it's an important lesson to learn for any viewer out there. Hi, Nala. What the heck are you doing in here? Hello. Come here. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, it's about that time, isn't it? I'm 10 minutes late, aren't I? Yes, I am. Good girl. I think it's important to remember that some people are really fake. On this website, the purple one, and on the red one, some people are just really fucking fake. And sometimes you can get glimpses of it, and it's important to listen to your gut so that way you don't. Everybody has that innate sense of, you know, we all come from a long line of people who have dodged enough assholes to further their life and, you know, have kids and continue the line of dodging assholes to continue life, blah, 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 blah. Listen to your gut. Sometimes people really are pieces of shit, and there's nothing wrong with looking at an entertainer and moving on from them. Like I said, you can build your empire, you can build somebody else's empire. There's nothing wrong with building somebody else's empire as long as you believe in them, and they aren't a fucking megalomaniac piece of shit. So I just assume until proven otherwise. We are two sides of the same coin, Doc. For everyone, not just entertainers, good for you, Doc. Good for you. Good for you. Uptime, you're late for pup time. I am Barack Obama Llama Ding Dong. She's rioting. Yes, she is. She was in here, like, ready to walk out, looking back at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why aren't you getting me my snack right now? HaLLoW, don't forget to check media share. Yeah, there's a few things in there. Riffer sent a video. You sent a video on, like, diesel engines. I'll try to remember to do that. But, listen, for real chat, like I said, I had a lot of fun playing video games for you guys tonight. I know it was a little bit more low-key. My voice was a little bit sore tonight, too. I don't know why. I didn't do too much talking yesterday. But, like, the moment that I started getting warmed up for stream and making sure I wasn't going to pull a muscle in my throat, I realized that I just didn't have the stamina tonight. So, I appreciate you guys, you know, hanging out and watching a more low-key My Summer Car stream. The next time that we get together on this game will hopefully be a week from today. I want to reiterate, I will be here tomorrow for Telltale's The Walking Dead. I will be off on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. Barack, thank you for the hydration. I will refund those points, my friend, and I will get it after the broadcast is over. Oh, what? Okay, fine. I'll get it right now. Thank you, Barack. You got your points back. So that makes you back whole to 2 million or something like that. Definitely got to pinch those pennies. For real though, chat, like I said, I'm gone Wednesday, Thursday, and on Friday, and I will let you guys know about my streaming schedule moving forward after Friday. It depends on the results of the biopsy. And then once we are done with that, I'm going to get Nala back to the general vet, the general practitioner, and they're going to take a look at, she has a lump on her back right foot, like at the ankle, and it like protrudes. It gets very large when she's standing and like walking around. I think it's a cyst. They're going to have to take a look at it and figure out what it is and whether she needs help or not for it. She needs to get blood work done to check and see what's going on with her liver. Yeah, it's going to be a lot. For the bits, everything, your guys' support, the fucking baby shark left and right, TNT again with the 10,000. Thank you. You guys have no idea how far that is going in my life nowadays to take care of her. So I just very much appreciate it. She's a very good dog, and whatever's happening with her right now, I believe it to be a fluke that just needs to get treated, and then her health span can continue for many more years. So I'm going to be focusing on her. If I don't get to see you tomorrow, I will be gone for a little bit. That's what I'm trying to say. And I will keep you guys up to date over on the Discord server. So I'm not a religious person by any means. I've said it before, I'm more spiritual than anything, but if you do pray, I would appreciate good thoughts, good prayers. For her, not for me. And we'll get through it. I'll get through it. And I'll let you guys know how things go. I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything else I really need to yap about. I've been yapping for the last 3.5 hours. That's it usually goes. For real though, chat. Thank you for watching me tear apart an engine tonight. I had a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to putting it back together with all brand new parts and upgraded aftermarket parts to make it even cooler. And we'll do that next Monday, I think. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, all good things, they must come to an end. And that right there is where I'm tipping my hat for the night. Thank you for the bits, the follows, the subs, the resubs, all of the love. I am so very grateful for each and every one of you. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, evening, noon, night, whatever the hell it is, wherever the hell you are. And I will see you guys again.